Support can come in all kinds of forms. It's like knowing your mates better than they know themselves.
Looking for this?
Oh, thanks. Lifesaver.
Being there at the right moment.
And helping out the community. Whoever you are.
It's all good, it's all good. Even through the highs and the lows, yeah, you know it's all good, it's all good.
Or just going above and beyond. In partnership with Clipsal, we are giving you the choice to decide who our local branches will be supporting. Start earning nominations today and join us to make a difference.
Isn't that too much support?
Never too much.
Bulls Masters Country
Support can come in.
Confusion that seems we're live from the Gabba. The boys are about to have a toss here, and obviously the mentors being Jimmy Marr and Luke Feldman. A lot to approve here. See who's the top mentor, but the toss will be taking place here shortly. Joe McGann is the captain, and the captain of the teams is Jakey Roach. So two of the big powerhouses of the Country Challenge of late. I'll just go over here for the toss. I'll get an interview with you quickly.
This is my last go here, mate.
Oh, heads it is.
Okay, boys.
No final questions, gents?
middle.
No. All right, congratulations.
One either side.
Same for you, actually.
Just quickly, Bob.
Go out that side.
Quick photo with the umpire.
Yep.
You ready, boys?
That's it.
Okay. We'll take it, please. Okay, out again. Hold it. Beautiful. And last one. Thanks, George.
Just clip that on there, Joe. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, gents.
All right, big fella, you've been here before. The nerves are always here. You've just won the toss and decided to bowl first. Reason being?
It's just a sort of system that we've been rolling for the last couple of years.
Yep.
We back the depth of our batting lineup to chase any total that we think that other teams make. So it's something that has worked for us in the past, so I'm confident with it.
Pretty good outfit you're up against.
Yeah, look, man, he dominates every big game he plays. So, you know, we'll be looking out for trying to minimise damage that he can do. So that's our probably game plan A, really.
Warm conditions, mate. You've got to use your bowlers. I know it's only 4 overs, but you obviously try and rotate them a little bit if you're not getting the results straight away for the power play especially.
Yeah, definitely. And with a field like this and how the pitch usually plays, you can't really have the same bowlers going for too long. Just they'll get lined up, I think. So, yeah, just rotate as much as you can, follow our game plan that seems to be working for us.
Mate, all the best and congratulations making the Gabba again, mate. Cheers. All the best. Cheers.
Thank you.
Roachy, where are you, mate? How are you, buddy?
Good.
That's good. I'll clip this on here. No bowling first. What was your option?
We're going to bat first.
Okay, so all sweet.
Always runs on the board.
Runs on the board. Set a total.
Yeah, hopefully over 150, which would be nice, but we'll see what happens obviously early on.
You talk about 150. It's a big ground, isn't it? Obviously, you can get a lot of singles, ones and twos.
Very big ground, big pockets, so a lot of twos, maybe some threes as well.
Danger for you guys, the big fella?
Yeah, Joey.
Yeah.
After last year, I think everyone knows what he's capable of, so hopefully we get him early, then we roll through him.
You got a solid squad, mate, yourselves. You must be pretty keen. I think you probably get the job done quite easily.
Nah, never quite easy in this game. T20 is a funny game,
Yep.
so hopefully everyone plays to their capability, and yeah, we go from there.
Looks pretty dry track, mate. The seamers might come into it.
Yeah, hopefully a bit of movement.
Yep.
hopefully with this weather around, a bit of swing later on, and who knows what's going to happen, to be honest. It's
Mate,
weird weather down here.
You got the pressure on you. You've got your mentor, mate. He's he's a Bulls Masters crazy man, isn't he?
Oh, Jimmy, he's quality. He's the king of cans. He's good value.
All right, mate.
Good laugh.
Congratulations on making the final again, mate.
Cheers,
All the
mate.
best and see how we go.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Okay, we are live here. It's a coin toss. And boundaries off the first ball down the leg side. And Far North Queensland off the mark with a boundary with a leg bye down the leg side. Open the batting for the fusion of Furman and Jakey Roach. Furman, the player, getting the boundary 4. Opening bowler is Callum McGahn. Right arm over. That was a short ball. Hits him in the chest. No run. A little bit of bounce in the middle for McMahon. So welcome, yes. Overcast, very muggy outside. There is a breeze from top left to bottom right of your screen. The pitch looks like it might take a little bit of turn. It's quite dry actually for a Gabba pitch. From here for the Shield games where it's usually a lot greener because it's got to last 4 days, but this one's just for today and tonight with the Big Bash. So 2 players outside the circle. McMahon again, they'll find that player at third man. That's one of those players. They'll come through for a single. So if you're watching on the Facebook anywhere in Queensland, or for that matter anywhere around the world for this Bulls Masters Country Challenge, send us your comments or any questions. And we're certainly happy to answer anything you can throw at us. So taking guard now will be Jake Roach, certainly a dominating figure in the Bulls Masters Country Challenge over the years. Him and Roach and Joe McGahn, 2 giants of country cricket, coming together. Just a shot point, no run. About to finish. So I am standing up because royalties entered the room, albeit a little bit late. Sam Lowry and Clay Beams are going to join us in commentary shortly. Again, right arm over the wicket. This one squares up. Roach. It's a very good morning. Still morning. Sam Lowry, he was on commentary last year, and I'm surprised he's here now, not with Fox or some other sporting agency. How are you, Sammy?
Good, thanks, Ronnie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
A bit disappointed that we're not out there playing, but obviously second best seat in the house next to me, good mate Clay Beams.
Most certainly, yeah. It's and in air conditioning. That one, there's a thick outside edge down to third man again for another single. And Clay Beams, welcome to Bulls Masters TV for the first time, mate.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure, mate. I'm glad you got here eventually. It's a little bit, security's pretty tight. I don't know whether it's because of just general security or because of your short haircut. I don't know. What do you reckon?
This is long for that.
Is it?
We were told to be at gate 9 at 11:30 and no one turned up. So
yeah,
we made our way here. We're here now. So it's
perfect.
It's good to be here.
As Sam mentioned, unfortunately not out there playing in this one here. It's a big issue, isn't it, Sam, to play the Gabba because Joe is still excited as he has ever been, and this is probably his 4th trip here.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you get the chance to play at a place you've watched so many heroes play on, obviously, and then you go from playing in Rocky, Gladstone, wherever you're playing, to playing the Gabba, it's obviously very special. So it's something that you look back on and cherish, and you try and take the, as big advantage as you can when you get to play on there.
Rare occasion. Usually Joe bowls from the Stanley Street, the Vulture Street, and he's going to bowl from the Stanley Street. And Clay, they won the toss and decided to bowl first. Your thoughts?
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I think the way stats are nowadays with T20 cricket, there's a lot of success around chasing, so they've obviously bought into that theory. The wicket might be, we only just seen it, so might be a little bit tacky now. Maybe they think it'll be better later, but yeah, interesting.
And then, as I said, the breeze is coming from top left to bottom right of your screen, so I think probably that's why Joe's being the captain. He gets a breeze at the back of his neck rather than into his face.
Yeah, the old captain looking after himself,
isn't he? All 4 overs. And again, outside the corridor of concern, as the bowlologist says. And these two sides, it's not the first time they come together. One thing I must say is the Monsoons have sort of drifted off the chart over the last couple of years. They used to be a dominating team, but obviously they've got some youth coming through trying to get something back on the boards there. But the Monsoons unable to make it again this year.
Yeah, no, we've had a bit of a changeover. Lots of, as Joe runs in here.
It's in the air. That'll go over mid-wicket or wide mid-on. Mightn't go all the way to the right. They're going to take 2. That's all they'll get.
Yeah, no, a bit of a changeover for us, which always happens. There's been a few blokes that have played rep cricket for us for 5, 6, 7 years. So good opportunity for some young fellas coming through, and yeah. Field
placings for this one, Clay. Happy with that?
I think he's just going to try and stay out of Big Roachie's arch here. Looks like he's going to be trying to bowl wide of off stump. And when I say that, he bowls an off stump.
Yep, good fielding. I just got a hand to it. I'll get a single and I'll come back for 2.
Yeah, it's a interesting field placement here. I think they'll just be trying to stay out of Big Roachie's arc to the short boundary.
And the mentors for this one, the wily Jimmy Marr and the super competitive Luke Feldman. Also Luke Feldman, the state selector now. So he's moved into being the selector. So he'll be looking at the country element as well. So certainly an opportunity to be in the eyes of selectors as well as club sides here in Premier Grade Cricket in South East Queensland. All close to an under edge. So certainly a lot of exposure being here at the Gabba. As I mentioned, if you've got some comments to make, some usual characters named in the lineups. I'm not sure whether you boys have got the team lists. Again, that one again, just straying on the legs and shot at the stumps. Went for a bit of a walk there. Did Furman, was it? In the over.
Pretty good over that one from Joey in the power play.
Yeah, good set to Jake Roach. Obviously a tough man to bowl to when the field's up because he can hit the ball a long way. So did a really good job.
Stumps. Went for a bit of
the big hitting of Roach.
Walk there.
Be pretty happy with the start. The CQ boys, if they bowl first, a wicket, he would probably be the cherry on top. But they'd be reasonably happy.
Those tuning in: Ashley White, Michael Salerno, and Gavin Fitness. Fatty's tuning in. Surprised he's out of bed this early on a Sunday morning. Might have gone to church. You want to be a fairly solid foundations to that church to be still standing at Fatty's there. So McMahon will continue. First over. Quite good. Puts that one in short, beats the infield. Now it's a long boundary. We're on pitch number 2 here at the Gabba. It's the longest boundary. It's Gunner who's the Kookaburra in the field, and the Kookaburra wins the contest. And 4 runs, the first boundary of the day.
Not a bad shot. I don't think he quite got all that. I think it just shows how quick the outfield is because it just kept running away from the fielder, didn't it?
Well, one thing I found, what's that one in short, beats the infield. Now it's a long boundary. We're on pitch number 2 here at the Gabba. Have a lot of bounce. It doesn't in the middle. It just doesn't quite, unless you're around the 145k mark. And Clay, obviously you've played footy here as well. It's your fault for ruining a great pitch we used to have. It just doesn't have that zing in the middle anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the amount of criticism that curators cop around Australia nowadays for test matches not going past 3 or 4 days, I think a few of them are a bit gun-shy to leave a bit of life in them. So, it's changed the dynamic of test cricket.
Well, in saying that, it's a big bash game tonight as well. As I said, you guys weren't here. If this was a 4-day game, it would be a lot greener. But it's not. It's been rolled and rolled and rolled. But yeah, there's not much in the middle. But that one there was a good delivery. Just beats the outside edge. I think we only have the 2 out still. And that one goes over the infield, and that will be 4 more over extra cover. So Furman moves to 13 off 6 with 3 boundaries. Just too short.
Yeah, nice shot there. I think with the field set like that, you can't really, bowl on that length. I think he's got to be a lot shorter, even over the top of the stumps. I'd feel with third and fine back. Obviously, you want to keep them from hitting nice and straight. And it was pretty much a step hit.
So Brent Madsen, let's go CFN. That one's whipped off the pads here. That's going to go high. He won't go all the way either, I don't think. But it's going to be a chase here again. He's going to miss out. And 4 more.
That's more the length, but I don't know what you think, Clay. I think they've got to maybe fix the field up a bit, maybe bring fine leg up and throw deep square. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think because at the moment he can't really bowl full with this field, but then at the same time he gets too short, mid-wicket's open, so...
Steve Rosa doesn't want it. He's gassed underneath a bucket hat.
Yeah, he's going to have to cover some Ks so they keep bowling that length, isn't he?
That's got to be the ugliest floppy I've seen as well, just quietly. Not even fit properly. That one again he has to chase. Throws it off his head this time. Gives chase here. This one might beat him again. It's going to be between. He's going to get rolled again by the Kookaburra.
Poor fella.
He usually keeps Stevie Rosa, so he's found himself in the field and obviously a fair bit of work to start the game. He's got the Ks up on the Fitbit.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure we need a third man here. Someone of Cal's pace, you get beaten there, then so be it. That's 3 in a row now to Cal, so doesn't look like they're going to change the field though.
Yeah, it just doesn't give him much freedom where he wants to bowl, can he? I mean, he's got a third and fine back. I think if the batter's good enough, he's pretty much got a free swing wherever the ball is pitched. So I agree. Someone's got to change here with the field placing.
He's gone again.
That one's swinging a miss outside off stump.
Yeah, well, that was probably there to go too, just quietly. I think he ended up over mid off again. I think.
Yeah.
And the over none for 26. Furman on 21 off 9 with 5 fours in that 21.
Yeah, he's off to a flyer, Furman. It's not often you see Jake Roach playing second fiddle, but Furman is batting very well.
So McGahn will continue from the Stanley Street end. As I said, doesn't often bowl from that end when he does come to the Gabba. There is a breeze at his back. You move the field, 2 fieldsmen out again. We'll just go through the field too, Clay, if you want to let the viewers know.
Deep square and a fine by the look of this. So you'd imagine it's an interesting field placement again because it means he'll have to bowl pretty tight to the stumps, bowling to the short boundary. So if he misses full here, look for Roachy to go over mid-on or cow.
Yeah, there's still a lot of space out there, isn't there?
Lovely shot, breaks the infield there, backward a point, and that's 4 more, and Rose will have to go and fetch that one as well. This time a little bit more casually.
Yeah, I think Big Joey just missing his line there, paid the price.
You reckon the rattle a bit, Sammy?
Yeah, I honestly just think the field is just not setting the bowler up for much success. Would you agree, Clay? I think.
Yeah, 100%.
You've got to obviously show a few cards in this early phase of the game, but I think as a batter, you're just setting up going, well, I know they've got to be at my body, so you can adjust and batter's batting wrong.
You can hear that breeze out there. It's certainly prevalent. That's a good shot there. And the Rose this time straight to his hands. Good fielding there from the cover fieldsman. He didn't want that one to go through, and I'm pretty sure if he missed it, he wasn't going to chase it.
Even again there, I mean, that's two genuine half volleys to a square field, so a little bit interesting at the moment. Wicket looks very true.
As I said, that big bash we played on this one tonight. Short ball, all the time in the world, pulls that down to fine for 1.
Very good player of the short ball, Jake.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing as well. With deep square and fine leg back, you probably want to avoid bowling short to Roachy, don't you? I mean, I've seen him hit them into orbit when they're back on length and not even short. So And then, oh look, there's lots of room out in that big pocket. So yeah, I'm not sure they've hit the nail on the head here, but saying that, they've obviously spoken and got a bit of a plan. So we'll see how it unfolds.
Pretty good crowd in here too, just quietly. This one climbs on. Right, and yeah, good crowd. Actually, there's more here than usually for a Shield game. How about that?
All the families have come down.
Families come down, yeah. Stick around for later.
I think when Matty Wilkins plays as a Gabba, I think they have to shut down Babinda.
They
So I
do,
mean, there's the whole Babinda here today, and lots of Rocky too, I think.
El Mayor Babinda behind Kevy.
Peter Huey is watching from Cairns Cricket. Oh, went for a big hoo-ha there, and
better lengths here from Joey.
Yeah, I think the field's good for Furman. He's looked to obviously hit leg side. I think that's a pretty spot on, and obviously that length has made it hard for him to hit one over mid-on. So I like this plan to Furman.
Big ball this one. I think, what's the over only going for 4 or 5? Last ball of the over. He'll be looking to get out of this over.
ooh, that one was going to end up in the East Brisbane State School.
Yeah, good finish there from Joey. I think you can see their plans a bit clearer to Furman, who's looking to step and hit over leg side, and that length makes it very hard for him to hit any straighter than where that deep fielder is. So good bowling from a gun. I'd be interested to see who follows from this end. I know they've got a couple of.
You'd think Whitty would have to bowl this end, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
To the bigger boundary.
It looks like Sammy Gassman from Rockhampton. Just been picked in a state 17s team. So interested to see how he goes, the big fella. I think they're persisting with that fine-legged deep forward square. It looks. Well, Stevie Rose is in a different postcode all the way out there. But I'd maybe throw mid-on or mid-off back. That way you can still sort of bowl that hard length without the fear of getting hit back over his head. But obviously he only allowed 2 outs, so it is quite a difficult phase to bowl in. So good to see how the young fella goes here.
Yeah, I don't mind this field placement to the bigger boundary as long as he can get his line and lengths right.
Yeah.
So Gassman right arm over.
Oh. Start.
Yeah.
Gets a bit angled into the right-handers, so as Beamsy said, it's not a bad matchup with that big side. Saying that, I'm still not 100% confident you should bowl short to Roach no matter how big the boundary is.
Yeah, he hasn't looked too panicked yet, Roachy. He's usually goes at a better strike rate than this, but he's been happy just to sit second fiddle up the other end.
Yeah, good fielding, bit of a mix-up, and finally called through for a single. Always one there with a misfield.
Great bit of work. Hammer point. But no, good length, good start from Gassman. I think they'll probably persist with something similar here to Furman, who I think has just taken all the shine off Roach, which is good. I think at the top of the order, if you can bat in a partnership and one bloke gets going, the other can just play second fiddle. I think they're doing a really good job of that at the moment, Cairns. So we'll see how Furman attacks this. I'd be assuming he'll be looking to hit one straight back over to us, I'd say, if he gets a bit full.
So Gassman again, Vulture Street end. Comes out of the crease, puts that high in the sky, and that will be the first maximum for the day. That's gone over cow for 6.
Yeah, fair shot. I think bowling-wise, though, you're probably not. I mean, obviously, he hit for 6, so you're a little bit disappointed, but that's where the field's set. So he's ticked half the box there in regards to bowling to his field. It's just a good strike and a good shot from Aidan Furman.
Furman's out of control today.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some bit of change-ups with the ball. I don't think we've seen one slower ball cut or anything like that to Furman yet. Looking like he's in a bit of a mood to go at every ball, so.
Yeah, a bit one-paced.
Yep.
It's pretty handy when you've got the other gun at the other end who can take over if he is dismissed down the leg side, so they'll get 1.
There's a room down there, isn't there?
Well run.
Yeah, good running.
Well, we spoke about it at the toss here. Because of the size of the Gabba, there's just plenty of runs, even if you just go along the grass.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, I mean, I feel sorry for the bowler there because he's executed his ball pretty much perfectly. I think he's bowled at the hip, hard length. He couldn't really hit it any harder than what he did, and still got 2. So I think it just shows just how tough the first 6 overs are when you only have 2 out. But I definitely agree with Beams. I think something off pace because I think he's got a green light here, Furman.
Again comes out. This one's a lovely 9-iron. Rose comes in and fields that one for a single. Didn't get all of that.
Good bashing here by young Gassman. Impressive.
You put a bit more juice in that one, Clay?
Yeah, it seems like he's found another yard or 2.
Yeah.
I don't think he liked getting hit for 6, which is always good to see a young fella show a bit of aggression.
Yeah, I like it. Bump him. Not this bloke.
Meanwhile, Roach is at the other end just lapping it up.
I think Roach will look to go over Cow here. No?
Oi. Smart cricket.
Yeah, it's very intelligent. I think while Furman's running hot, he's taking the over here, taking strike off in this over, but you don't have to do much more than what they've already been doing. 42 after 5, so if he throws his wicket away playing a big shot there, he just sort of, it's meaningless.
Yeah, really good start here by the Fusion.
Especially in this phase of the game now with Roachy. I think spinners bowling to Roach and even Furman, I think, they'll both be setting up for this little phase here because they've both got reasonable starts, so now they can put their team in a really good position by, last over the power play, potentially taking a few boundaries, but also hitting the ball into those big pockets of the Gabba.
None for 42 after 5 overs. Mick Sims is watching. Sam Burns. Sam allowed back in the country. There you go. Emmanuel Peterson as well.
Lucky.
Lucky's there, yep.
Cricket tragic, Lucky.
Lucky doesn't love it. Not cricket for Lucky. Still the Maggies.
He loves it, Lucky. He'd be hitting balls today, I reckon, somewhere.
He'll probably be here later tonight. You get past security.
Big over this one, I feel, Sammy. Last over the power play. Left arm ortho bowling to a short boundary.
Logan Whitfield, former Bulls Masters TV commentator. Himself and Joe had a crack a few years ago when they went involved, so Whitfield.
I don't think he can afford to get above Roachy's eye line here with mid-off up.
Is he at the right end? The breeze at his back?
Yeah, it's an interesting play. When the field he's got set, he can't really bowl too straight. But then again, he can't. He's got 9 out on the off, so difficult to know where to bowl here.
I think that's just without blowing too much smoke into Roachy, I think he's a hard bloke to bowl because the spinners comes on, he can obviously rock back and cut, but he can sweep and hit the ball a long way, so.
Well bowled there by Logan.
Yeah, it's been a great start. Great start.
Well, you want to get over that 50 for the power play. They're on track and wickets intact. Comes out of the crease here, banks that over extra cover. One might have got all the way for 6. It has. Massive hit.
He hasn't even got that either.
Whoa.
Myself, yeah. It sounded very tinny through where we're sitting, and it still went better part of 75, 80 metres. So. Jakey
Roach joins the party of 6s. They're on track and wickets. Comes out of the crease here, banks that over extra cover. One might have got all the way for 6. It has.
He's been bowling.
I think the umpire might have changed his signal to 4 for that one.
What, 6?
Pretty close to 6. Comes out of the crease, straight drive. There's.
2 there.
Well, I heard no, and then yes. Well, they survive.
He didn't get off to the quickest of starts there for him, but I think it just highlights how big the field is, because he is, even straight, I suppose just hit it nice and straight, got 2, but
he's fairly square there at mid-on.
Squeezes that one to mid-wicket for a single. End of the over, and none for 49. Sam Lowry and Clay Beams. Bulls Masters live from the Gabba. So before this game started, chaps, your tips? You can't say you're going to the scoreboard now, Clay.
No.
Walking over you, who do you think was better?
I was hoping Fusion would win, but I probably thought that Central would be a bit better on paper.
There you go. Sammy?
Yeah, Hart says CQ. Head, I don't know. I disagree. I think on paper, Fusion look very strong.
They
There
do.
are a couple of good young quicks who are coming through. Yeah, it's a very evenly matched game, so I'll stick with that. I'll say Hart says CQ.
Sitting on the fence, yeah.
Head says Fusion. But yeah, a lot can happen.
I think with this start, though, it's set the platform for Fusion to post a fairly sizable total.
Still no wickets yet for the Seamers. Oh, that's a quicker ball. Starting to get into his work now is Gassman.
Yeah, it's really good. Oh, he's been really impressive to start. I mean, he's only bowled 7 balls, but he's looked the most likely, you'd say, Beamby.
How old is he? 16, so.
Yeah, 16, 17. He's state 17, so I think he'll make him 17.
Sam Truloff's watching it. Jason Singh wants to know, Sam, what's your thoughts on horseback riding?
Yeah, love it, mate. Horseman from way back.
There you go. Singing. That one's high in the air here. It's too big for McGahn. And that's 6.
That's fair, quick shot, that.
And a no ball to boot. So 7 and a free hit.
Yeah, I think I put the commentator's curse on the poor fella there.
Haven't we?
It was.
Used his feet.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst length, but it was good batting from Furman, and then obviously just hit it to the short boundary, which proved to be far too short. So we want to be into the wicket here.
Free hit.
Bumper.
Bang. Same thing. Caught this time. Oh, he drops it. It was a no ball. Maybe.
Yeah, just play up the crowd off Ridgie. I don't know how many times I've seen Joe McGahn at long off just quietly.
Yeah.
He's usually in that ring with buckets. He's got the big fella.
He might have been doing a bit of bloody fitness work, old Joey.
He moved quite swiftly there.
Yeah.
Just his buckets let him down, but not a bad result for young Gassman there anyway.
On the wicket, that one's short. That's going to be a wicket. Caught at mid-wicket. Doesn't get all of that there. They get the first breakthrough, do the Seamers. Fusion lose their first wicket at 59.
Reward.
Yeah, really well bowled there by young Gassman.
The wicket. He has got the most out of the wicket. I know they say the Gabba is a bit harder and quicker than what we usually play on, but it has been the one they've struggled or looked to have struggled to play cross-bat shots to. So a good reward for a good start. I mean, his figures don't flatter him too much, but I thought he's bowled better than that.
So 1 for 59. They make the breakthrough, but didn't get all of that. Furman on his way. And Whitfield makes no mistake of taking that catch. Yeah, well, look pretty yucky there. 7 off 1 delivery and then gets a wicket.
I think it's just the nature of T20s. I think that's the message you just got to convey to your bowlers is it's could hurt you. I mean, you could have a good day, but it's a batter's game. So take your medicine and just try the best you can, execute as best you can. But big Matty Wilkins strolling out. It's not a bad sign for Cairns at 1 for just about 60.
Dane Biggood suggests that the reason you were late is because you had to find somewhere to tie up your horse. Jeez.
Who said that?
Dane Biggood. Ian Healy's watching. I'll tell you what, the way parking is around the Gap, it's not a bad option. Bring the old Gigi.
I don't know, if you see me ride, mate, I don't think there's enough room in the streets. I've kicked off.
How'd you go? Did you get on the trot?
Go on the trot.
Did ya?
Yeah. Had to go check the back fences, mate.
Our own little Yellowstone right here.
Yeah.
No doubt you'd have your own train station, Sam.
Oh, God, no.
As you see Gassman continue. Power play's over. 4 men out. Fine leg. 3rd man. Deep cover and deep mid-wicket. Your 4 men out.
Very good square of the wicket. Matty Wilkins. So Prof Stevie Rose looks like he's at backward point there. He's found himself in another hot spot, so he'll be. He might get a bit of action there very short, I think, if Wilco gets has a look at a couple.
Yeah, he's just
shot at the stumps, plenty of time.
He just seems to rush them a bit with his short ball, Gav.
Yeah, just a bit quicker than they think, but he's done well.
Yeah, as you said, his figures don't look pretty. 1 for 21, there was a 7 in that.
Yeah, the no ball 6 hurt him.
Yeah. He's just that right length, isn't he?
Yeah, he's bowled, yeah, reasonably well.
You also got to take into account, there'll be a fair bit of nerves here. Gabba.
Another no ball, I think, there.
I think I heard that as well. Yeah.
Roach will be spewing.
Yeah.
Let's check the umpire, and he's going to say it's a no ball.
Last free hit, he went slower ball, so what are you backing him to do here, Sammy?
I wouldn't go. They can change the field, so I think we'll get a bit of an indication. Maybe
third man's coming up.
Wouldn't surprise me with another. I suppose with third man up, it's probably got to be full and straight, maybe off pace. But yeah, deep square, fine leg, long on, long off, cover.
Here we go. Plenty of space. Bang, let's right up in the air. Gasman will come over and take the catch. Crowd aren't aware of the no ball.
They're still not aware.
Yeah, really happy about it. Wait for the BS signal to come out. I don't know. There you go. Now they're working it out. Into the over.
It would be a pretty big deal for a young fella to come out here and get the ball to Gabba. So
correct. Yeah.
Forgive him for having a few nerves.
I think he's bowled very well. He obviously got a bit of a touch up in that first over and bounced back. Whitfield will continue from the Stanley Street end.
Pretty difficult time to bowl when you've only got the back end of the power play. So
two set batters.
Yeah.
Well, he's forced to come into it because obviously McMahon was getting touched up, so he came on a little bit earlier than he probably thought he was going to try and slow things down.
Cricket, well played.
So as you expected, slowed up a little bit for the Furman wicket.
Yeah, it's 1 for 64, but it's probably with Roach still get to probably see the best of him. And a new batter, it's probably not a bad time to bowl Whitty second.
Too short for scoreboard try. It's only got 1 extra up there. Comes out of the crease, and that's going to be 2. If they want it, no, just take the 1 because it's only the 1 no ball on the scoreboard.
A bit lagged up on the big scoreboard.
It's a different scoreboard from the one we usually have. It's 1 for 59, 6.5 overs gone. It's well bowled. Wide-ish. Not really sure the umpire's having a word to Logan Whitfield. Not too sure what's the concern there, unless he's going straight down the pitch. That's where it's exactly what it is.
Stop.
Very mindful. There's a big bash game on after this. So Logan Whitfield just in his follow through, going down the pitch a little bit. See a field change. Oh, here we go. Virat and Constance at it again.
I don't think Whitty wins that battle.
Nah.
Big hip and shoulder. Right?
There we go. The scoreboard's changed. Geez, I've got some power. I reckon this, might be pedantic about 1 run, but we've had some close encounters here.
But Whitty.
I can recall actually, Sam, one being decided Duckworth-Lewis.
Yeah, I think
4 or 5 years. Nitros were involved, I think.
Yeah, there's also a game where Roadship won into the top tier, and we got docked runs for overrate.
Slow overrate.
Overrate, that's right, yeah.
A little bit stiff, but you see the wound's still there. But
Because there's nobody here to fetch them.
no,
It's a long way away to get to find it.
took us about 15 to get it because he just about hit it on the postcode. So. Been a good couple of overs here from CQ anyway, especially for Whitty. He's bowled really well. 10 off 2, which is just quite good. Put the handbrakes on in some respect here, the seamers.
So Brad Cumberledge wants to know thoughts on Liam Welsh. I don't know what the thoughts are.
Young CQ keeper, yeah, he's a good little player. I think he's definitely a future Queensland country player. He's just got a couple of good keepers there in front of him at this stage.
Gassman.
Aging keepers.
This is going to be his third over.
Good cricket.
So with the Gabba the way it is now, obviously the shorter boundaries are straight. And now, as you said, the pitch is on your screens, the second from your left on the block. Obviously 2 pitches over is this test match wicket, so the western side is a long boundary to your right.
It is a long way out there.
It's a long way. It doesn't look much shorter to the east either. Gassman.
Well,
actually, Gassman is probably bowling as fast, but he's far more accurate now. He's got his leg perfect.
Yeah, I think he might have rolled the fingers on that one.
Yeah.
Looked like an off pace, which is good. They've just put the handbrake on the Fusion here with some pretty good, pretty tight bowling.
Oh, it's well bowled. Yeah. Leg bye. Well, they're going to come back for a second leg bye from an overthrow. Well, every run counts.
Some pretty good foxing from the big roadshow. I think he just sort of strolled through, didn't run through, and then Wilco might have been on his tready bit this end. They got 2, which is good from a Fusion perspective.
How it affects him, I could probably hear the blood in the veins of Joey McNair. Again. Slow ball down the leg side, it'll be a wide.
Hard luck. I like the idea though, with thinking.
Not enough of that, is there, Clay? The slower ball. And for that matter, the Yorker.
No, definitely, certainly not in the power play overs, which I think hurt Central a bit today, CQ today. They bowled a bit too much one pace and probably didn't change to the situation of the game, and that was with Furman seeing them and hitting them pretty well. I definitely would like to see a lot more of it in the early stages. I think sides get caught up in the new ball and you got to swing it and nick batters off, but lovely cover drive there from Matty Wilkins.
Yeah, wide outside off stump, just smashed them.
Just missed his length there, I think. Full.
Not much.
On pace.
Crowd love that one too.
They did, with the Binder locals.
Well bowled. Well played there by Matty Wilkins, hit out the deep square leg.
Yep. What do you think, par is, Clay?
It's just about to ask you the same, Sammy. I would have thought with the start that the Fusion have had here, they'd be disappointed with anything less than probably that 170, 180 mark. And in a big final, runs on the board, it'll put a lot of pressure on blokes like Joey McGann that might be relied upon to go big. He does love the Gabba though, Joey. So, but the pressure of runs on board can do funny things to people.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think he's 180 just about.
Ooh. Slow bouncer.
No, I think, if they do get anywhere around that 170, 180, I think it's going to put a fair bit of pressure on the Central Queensland top orders. They all need that good start, so which I suppose the Fusion are well on their way. I think if one of these two bat the majority of the overs from here on in, I think there's every chance of getting that. Roach will probably look to accelerate soon, I'd say, or one of these two will be. We'll be talking about the middle, who's going to have a crack, who's going to.
Yeah, it's not very often you see Roachy going at less than a run a ball, so does have the ability to catch up late though.
Yeah. I think Whitty might be a bloke he looks to try and target.
Oh, now was there bat on that?
I think that might have just done everyone for bounce there.
Oh, a lovely bit of fielding. Oh. Chaos.
Oh, he must
Josh Hamilton, was it?
Yeah, it's umpire signalling off the glove there.
There you go.
Yeah, he definitely looked to try and target Whitty. Well bowled from Logie. He's a bit unlucky there, but great moving from Josh Hamilton as well. Short third man. I thought the ball was going to beat him there. Well, money, but he reeled it in nicely.
Just a slap that one. Not a lot of footwork. Pushes to extra cover for a single.
Yeah, nice batting. Wilco looks like he's working his way in nicely. It's that 15-20 ball mark. I think he'll be at his absolute best. I see you've done well to hold him.
Another single. Hit him as a call. Safe. Just going to say, the wicket fell at 59, 6.5 overs. So that's 3 overs ago. So they put on probably 20 odd. Obviously, you lose a wicket and you're going to slow it up a little bit. But I just find they're not really, as you said, they've hit back nicely. The seamers. I just think the Fusion with 1 wicket down probably need to take a few more chances.
Yeah, I think Roachy might have felt that 2 new batsmen at the crease. That might have been a bit more difficult, so maybe he's a bit hesitant to take a risk, but I definitely think at the moment one of them needs to look to go here.
Yeah. He's up against the wily Logan Whitfield.
He's bowling very well, isn't
he? I'll give credit's due there, but I mean just that you lose a wicket in the 6.3 mark.
Yeah, it's probably that intent's been hasn't really been there.
3 hours later. That's more like it, but again finds the man. End of the over. The end of the 10th over, 1 for 82. The fall of the wicket, as I mentioned, that was Furman. The score was on 59. He's out for 38. Caught Logan Whitfield while the bowling of Gassman. Missed time pull shot. See a bowling change here from the Vulture Street end.
Jeff Case, off spinner.
He bowl a bit faster, Sammy, his offies.
Yeah, he's quite wily. You'll see he mixes his pace up really well, but he also does this little pause. You know how they do the pause before they go to the ball, which just creates a little bit of doubt in the batter's mind, or delays him from getting out the wicket, which is what he's going to need to use here, especially with that.
Roachy might look to attack him here.
Yeah, I'd hate to see him 151 down.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do that. I think
no.
I think Roach was probably, like Beamsy said, just going to give Wilco a little bit of time to come out and assess the conditions. But now that he's got those 15, 16 balls under his belt, I think he'll look to accelerate here, and especially with some spin. I think we'll see that big front dog of Roach go down the middle of the wicket and try and hit one over, drop kick someone over Mukau with a big slog sweep, but not an easy man to get after. Just Jeff Case.
Ken Healy's also watching, along with Bernie Ring. Bernie Ring from crowd catch.
Pause.
See what you mean about the pause. Does he do that every ball?
I haven't seen enough in bowler enough to every ball, but I think it's a little bit
off-putting.
Yeah.
Around the wicket. This one goes big, and that will be 6.
He hasn't got that either.
No, and he's almost killed the techies down the sideline there.
Yeah, look, I think CQ have tried to pinch an over or two here, bringing Casey on now, and Rochi's identified that, I think, so he's not going to let him settle in.
He's got that strike rate over 100. It's still a bit scary, hasn't hit one out the guts yet, but...
That one's a chance, and he takes a catch there, lower the ankles there at Gully, makes the breakthrough with a bowling change, and they lose their second wicket trying to force the rate.
Yeah, I think he'll be pretty disappointed with that one, Rochi. Wasn't the best of balls there by Casey, but you often see that with spinners in T20 cricket. They bowl very good balls, and then the rank full toss or rank half track will be the one that gets a wicket.
Yeah, I think they'd be pretty happy with that CQ to see the end of Rochi. Now, I suppose two relatively new batters to the crease, so they can obviously apply that handbrake a little bit harder. Looks like Berryman walking out, so two lefties, which would be good. Berryman can dominate, just needs a bit of time, so I think we might see, we'll have to see Wilco go a little bit harder just to take that pressure off Berryman here in these middle overs, but I think they don't have to stress or have to go too hard. They can just hit those big pockets and milk those 2s and 3s and just run really hard for a couple of overs, and that'll still get them up to about 120 with after 13, 14 overs, which sets them up to that last 6 over launch where they can push for hopefully 170, 180.
It's a great fight back here from the Seamers. Like getting it a touch up on the power play to start with. They weren't getting any wickets, and then all of a sudden Gassman had to come on because McMahon was getting chowed. And they fought back, and look, whatever ball it takes to get the wicket, so be it. But Seamers bouncing back.
Probably all on the back of Whitty, that one.
Yeah, Whitty did a really good job for the Seamers.
Well, they've got their man, Roach. Still a job to be done as we see Case continue. Left-hander this time.
Ooh, bit of turn.
Well, I had a look. Did you guys get a look at the pitch?
We're late.
Yeah.
So.
It's got that strawy look, but it's got that feel of taking some turn.
It looks a bit sticky. I mean, we're a long way from here, but you've seen the ones that Gassman bashed in, especially look like they just sort of a little bit of kiss off the wicket. So I reckon if it seems it spins.
Yeah.
Jeff Case probably not traditionally known for spinning the ball much.
Sort of bowling a nice pace though to take spin.
Yeah, well, Phelps very watchful. That's why he pushes the cover. No run. Mick Polson's watching. Former.
I think the old scoreboard's wrong out there, mate. You got Berryman's in, not Phelps.
Oh.
It's actually interesting they didn't send Phelps in now, because I think
runs really well. Left,
runs
right.
Really well, left, right. That was what I was more thinking of, because I think that might just get Jeff Case another over. I think with two lefties out there, you'd obviously Berryman fresh as the crease, and I think Wilco's probably more suited to the ball coming on. You wouldn't mind having a look at just seeing how he goes again, especially after that first over he bought a wicket. So I think if they can get another one here, I think they're going to be
all of a sudden looking at probably keeping him to 140, 150.
Yeah, so I think the spinners, Whitty obviously spearing the fight back here, has done a really good job. So
should they bank one here or keep them going? It's too late now. Obviously, they're going to bowl him all 4.
No, I'd probably bowl him out.
Yeah.
I think because you wouldn't wait for him at the death. No. I think they'd like to be going gung-ho, but I think especially someone like Whitty who likes to just keep rolling. So yeah, I think using his last one now is probably the right decision.
Well, he got put on the throat here. It's been good fight back from the Seamers. Whoa.
Yeah, I think Wilco just needs to find a boundary here just to get himself going. So he's 11 off 18. He's looked good, but just needs to get a little kickstart here.
So Berryman yet to get off the mark up against Whitfield, the veteran. Don't mind me saying that one. Swats that one down the cow for a 1. Thinking about 2. Well, falls over. He's just coming out of the nightclub.
His ice skates on the big hole. Disco shoes.
He's lucky to get there in the end. A good throw. He might have been in strife.
Woody's a veteran. I don't know. What does that make us?
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, bloody hell, I'm ancient.
Well, there you go. He just gets in there.
That looked pretty hard, Wilco. Hard luck. I think I wouldn't be surprised either, knowing Brenton Edwards, big bad Brenton Edwards, would probably have his pads on, looking to come in around that 14-15 over mark just to inject a bit of punch, because he hits the ball a very long way. It would be, if he could walk out and get a 20 or 30 off, 10 balls, you'd rather see him out here with a bit more time and, just propel the Fusion a bit closer to their target of that 170, 180.
Into the over. Horrendous seconds watching, along with Lachlan Velicott. All over the state, so 12 overs gone, 2 for 93. You'd be happy there?
Yeah, I think CQ would be quite happy with the fight back. Staring down the barrel of a very large score there for a while, and all off the back of probably Logan Whitfield. Bowled his 4 overs. What did he go for? I think 18 or something off his 4. There you go, 20 off his 4. So
5, that's pretty red hot, isn't it?
If they can restrict this to sort of that 150, 160, they'll like their chances of chasing it, I think.
Oh, he just hit that hard, but Garn's down there. We'll just get a 1. One on the big fella's arm. Interesting who they bowl at the other end. Does McMahon come back after copping a bit of a touch up to start things off, or does he save him till the end?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Looking at the options of the bowl, you'd probably think it'd be Cal McMahon or even...
It's a lovely thick edge end of the bat. Might go all the way, or will it? It does go for 4 runs, so yeah, Case just shakes his head. He can't believe it.
There's the old round arm.
Yeah,
so that should be
little variations.
Most keepers would have taken that, is what he's saying.
Probably in Welsh. I don't think he's got much of a chance there, does he? I can forgive him for that. But it will be very interesting to see who they bring on from that other end. And they've got plenty of overs to work with, so plenty of options.
Joey Pratt's watching. Todd Wells, Matty Paul, also known as Matty Hogan, swatted out the deep. There's no player inside the circle inside on the offside, of the leg side I should say, so plenty of spaces out there.
Big job for those sweepers.
Yeah.
Lots of real estate to work with.
You can see Hamilton doing some calisthenics down here at long off, but he might just be warming up for the sake of warming up, but he's flexing the shoulders. He might be doing coming out. Yeah, was that a wide?
I think it might have hit him.
Righto.
Maybe. Look at the replay. Yeah, Brent Hartley at long off here does bowl off spin, so it will be interesting with the 2 lefties in there. They might look to spin it up, but...
Not Brent Hartley, I beg your pardon, yeah. That one's gone big, and that's gone between, and that's 6. Crowd's happy with that one. Umpire's arms go up.
Crowd favourite of Matty Wilkins.
It is. That's what the doctor ordered. Just a bit of a step hit there, was it? Just missed a bit full. And Wilco, like most lefties, don't mind him in that mid-on to mid-wicket arc.
Good to see Queensland Bulls gun batsman Jack Clayton's watching, along with the veteran Nick Herwood. I call him a veteran. The Redlands Club. A lot of interest in this, and there's another game somewhere in Melbourne, but that takes a back seat today. Into the over, 2 for 105 after 13.
I think Brent Hartley may have just talked himself into an over here, which I haven't confirmed. But I've been on the field with Harts, and he does try his absolute hardest to get a bowls. He takes the cap off, so
you think this is a bit of an over to target, Sammy? Or
I think from the Fusion perspective, they've got to have a look here. I mean, no disrespect to Hearts. We'll do a good job, but I think now's probably go time, and it's a tough time for a bloke that, will bowl a few overs here and there to come in and to try and do a job. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It could be a master stroke. I reckon if he gets a wicket here, everyone in Rocky will be hearing about this for a very long time.
be interesting the tactic of the two batters here. They've both looked very sweep dominant, wanted to sweep everything. I'd like to see one of them stand still or open themselves up to that big gap over cover, shorter boundary.
Yeah, I'm thinking side screen as well. I think there's a lot of real estate, between that long on and I think he's at like forward point, that sweep out there. So I mean, obviously long off's back, but I mean it's a long way down there. I don't think you're unlucky to pick him out.
Harley around the wicket from the Stanley Street action. He's probably got a case. I mean, pardon the pun, but Jeff Case's wicket to get rid of. She wasn't the greatest nut in the game.
Yeah,
so
I think they
never know.
Big Joey might be thinking spin's a bit harder to hit here.
Let's go on deep. He's got to go back. Takes the catch, stays in the field of play. He gets the wicket. He's pretty happy. He's Hartley. Look at him, high fives left, right, and centre. Don't do a Jai Richardson dislocate his shoulder, and he gets the wicket. And genius.
I think we'll be staying away from the bar tonight. I think Hart will be chewing everyone's ear off. But you can see the thought process behind it. Spin's obviously been the most successful method bowling wise today, and it is quite a long way out there. So good thinking and well bowled from Hearts. He didn't give many room to throw his hands. He kept it pretty close to the stump, so well deserved. As Phelps, he looks like Andrew Phelps walking out of the crease now.
That's a really good catch because he had no idea where that ribbon was. He kept his eye on the ball. He said, I've got to catch it first, and hopefully I'm still in the field of play. So it took an eternity to get to him, too.
He's usually a keeper, too, Sammy.
He is usually a keeper. So
most keepers are good fielders.
They move like that. But no, he did a really good job. I mean, especially, I don't know, you don't catch many balls in the Gabba. It's a bit different catching them out of the stands, as it would usually be like cow paddocks and the Fitzroy River in Rockhampton.
So Greg Mickle says, good comeback from Seamers. Ashley White's watching. Let's go for the Cairns boys. Peter Bush is watching. Pete's just got back. He definitely goes to church, Peter Bush.
Hope he takes traps with him.
Yeah, Bushy's idea of church is a bit different to everyone else's.
Yeah, it's still a place of worship, mate.
See you on a Saturday night.
So you're moving the field around like a traffic cop at the moment. This Hartley, he's on top now. See what he can do. New batsman.
Start from Phelps.
So yeah, Phelps says the rules are if you get out, there's no change. You cross over anything like that. New batsman has to face that delivery. So he's done that. He's got off the mark.
I think get a lot of pressure on Matty Wilkins here because he's still got to look to score. We're into the 14th over, so it's cricket. You can't sort of do what he did when Berryman walked out. He's got to be a bit more proactive, I feel, just to try and get that run rate up a bit.
So I've got to. Pushing for two. No. Good fielding in the deep there. Went a long way, and he might be Roser, is it?
Yeah, he's down there, the big fella. Run his backside off.
Totally.
Been in the game today in the field.
Probably saved about 4 runs today.
You can see already with Phelps out there, they're looking a little bit more likely between the wickets.
Well, so many spaces, isn't there? I was just about to say that there's the 5 players out.
There's the over. Brilliant over there by Hartley.
It was.
Sammy. Part-timer.
Should have bowled earlier.
I'll take that back, mate.
And they're still going to make him run down here to long on. Look at him come down to Bay 13. He wishes he was in front of Bay 13 right now. The big fella get a big round of applause. So.
Yeah, they've wrestled this one back well, CQ.
It's now looking like 10 over, so just under 170. I mean, I think
that's going to be hard to do from here.
Yeah, the fusion to go 10 over here. I think CQ have to execute. So I think CQ will be very happy with the current state of the game, considering where they were in the just outside the power play.
So Gassman's come back.
Is this his last?
Yeah, he's got one left.
So Case has come off. Gassman bowled his last over. He's bowled 3 overs. 1 for 34. One of those is a big over.
Yeah, look, I think his figures don't reflect how
definitely.
well he's bowled.
Yeah, right there, Clay. Short ball. Oh, that's almost an edge of the gloves. Hartley down here at mid-on, appealed. There's a lot to like about this Gassman. He's got some. He's got the slow ball. He's able to roll the fingers over and still keep it on track. And he's got a quicker ball. A lot to like about it.
Really willing to bang it in as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of young fellas are a bit gun shy when it comes to bashing the wicket, but he's done a good job.
Asking the questions, comes in again. Hits the bat hard, just a single to point. Gully.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't let the occasion get the better of him today.
Yeah, I do believe, the first over was a bit of nerves, but after that he's just sort of owned the wicket. Took the game back. To be honest, I think once he came into the attack, it brought the seamers back into the contest. See that breeze in his face. He's bowling into the wicket, into the wind as well. Here at the Gabba, tends to come in and then swirl around a little bit, but it's predominantly coming from the... That one's big, and it's got enough on it. You bet he has. That's giant. That's 6. You can hear it clanging into the chairs. Jeez, I've talked him up. He gets belted.
I think every time we set something positive there, goes up there, so.
Just missed his length there, probably.
Yeah, it wasn't a...
but obviously, right idea from Wilco here has to put the foot down, especially with Phelps only being relatively new to the crease. I think he's got to take responsibility and pick it up a little bit, which he's looked to do now, I feel.
That one goes into cow corner. That'll be 4 runs.
4 runs.
It's too short.
Good shot from Wilco there. I think he deliberately tried to hit that a little bit straighter. I'm surprised for a lefty though. I'd probably just have 3 back there. I think mid-wicket's a bit of a hot spot for any bloke at this sort of phase of the game. So I'd maybe bring cover up.
What do they got? They only got 4 out, have they? Oh, no, they got 5, though.
Yeah, maybe 5.
That's a shorter ball. Single. One ball remaining in Gassman's 4th over. 3 for 120. 150 plus is certainly on the cards now.
Yeah, rolling again after those 2 boundaries from Wilkins. What do you do if you're Phelps here? What are you looking?
What's his last ball? The over. Wickets in the shed. This is probably a bit of a free hit for Phelpsy. He should know it's probably going to be short. So whether he steps inside of it, goes over point.
Nails it down. Not the worst result from CQ's perspective to get the new batter on strike.
End of Gassman's over. Mick Reese says, good bowler, even better bloke. Great kid, says Mick Reese. Ashley watching at 3 for 121 after 15 overs.
Yeah, look, he's very stiff, Gassman. I mean, you look at his figures, and if you hadn't watched him bowl, you'd thought he got hit, got slapped a bit. But he's been quite impressed by the young fella today.
Yeah, he has. Been really good.
Well, he's a surprise. Hartley's still on. Well, he might have decided to take himself off after making the breakthrough. Keep his figures intact. 1 for 3. Take a photo of that. Here he comes. He might make 2 for.
I think it's actually not a bad matchup with the spin bowl and Phelps. I think he's another one that likes the ball coming on, so it's not a bad little ploy here with Whitty bowled out from that end. Obviously, Hart's bowling quite well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what Big Joey goes with here. He's going to have 4 overs left after this, with himself and McMahon having 2 each, and usually you'd probably say that the 2 of those would bowl out, but personally, I'd probably have a spinner bowl through with how much harder it's been to score with spin.
It's not a bad option. I mean, I don't know.
Especially this end here to a lefty.
Yeah.
Big boundary.
I think, yeah, with the hit into the breeze back towards that way, so it's not a bad ploy, but I dare say the big Fridge will find himself bowling at some
I think
stage.
Fridge will. It'll just be whether he bowls Cal as well or...
Reverse sweep, bowls him, makes the breakthrough. Hartley gets his second wicket, cannot believe it. And they lose their 4th wicket at 123.
Done the reverse commentator's curse on Hart here. He's 2 for 6, 2 for 5 off 1.3 overs, so 1.4 overs. So he's bowled really well, but I think he's, to his credit, he's just kept it really simple. Just brought the stumps into play.
Yeah, he's bowled really full, really straight.
Yeah, pretty simple ploy with Adam Truman walking to the crease. I think Brenton Edwards, knowing him quite well, I think he'll be sitting on the sideline going, "Get me in there, coach." With 4 overs to go after this one.
Will he go from ball 1, Sammy, or will he
go from ball 1? And I don't know how much you've had to do with Eddie, but he's
the
biggest cricketer in Australia, I'd say. Biggest unit, massive arms. So I think they missed a little tricks. He does hit the ball a long way, so especially with the part-time spinner on, just cleaning up.
Oh, so he's not coming out, is he?
No, Adam Truman. It's the crease, another Phelps-like player, just all run hard, obviously getting the boundary, but with this spin, I think you'll find it difficult to hit the ball for 6.
Hartley continues. Ooh, full toss. Just there was a brief second there. A player just ran back into the circle. I come through for an easy 2. Almost a no ball then. With
that would hurt the figures.
Gassman it was. He wasn't quite inside the circle when the ball was bowled, but umpires unaware. Not intentional, of course. Screaming for 2, and they'll get there easy.
So it's been a good proactive start from Truman here. I think he's got 4 off 2 without taking any real risk, which...
The end of a Hartley wicket taking over again. He has the figures of 2 for 5. Glorious.
It's been a great 2 overs.
Yeah.
I'll eat my words.
You reckon he's going to get another 2? Will he finish?
It'd be hard to take him off,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, if you're asking for a spinner at one end, obviously McGowan's going to come from this. Or is he?
No,
he's not.
Cal.
I think...
There you go, that's answered the question.
Yeah, I think McGowan will finish from the other end.
Look at him, he's got the swagger up here, hasn't he? Old Brent Hartley coming down here.
I think we see that chest sticking out of
Yeah,
his shirt
yeah.
last night as well after a few rumbos.
He's going to end up with 2 for 7 for the... 2 for 7 for the... Well, he may bowl again. Yeah. Probably thinks he should bowl out. But anyway, let's see. We go. McMahon coming back for his 3rd over. None for 22 off his first 2, only 4 dots.
Yeah, knowing Cal and Sammy, you'd probably back this up. He's probably going to bowl. They got 6 out. They do too.
They do.
They got 6 out at the moment. Let's see if they clue onto it.
Big Joey at mid-wicket.
There you go. Fine legs coming up.
Beautiful.
Do you need a 3rd man here, Sammy, with Cal possibly going to bowl a lot of change-up balls?
Wait and see what he does here before he does that.
Full toss, that'll be a no ball. Loses his footing. I'll come back for a 1, and the square leg umpire signals no ball, so they'll have to do that one again.
Yeah, I think...
He's nervous.
Yeah, I've done the pump here. I think you could nearly have... Well, you see him do it in the Big Bash all the time. If they're going to bowl a change-up, they just make it really obvious and just go, right, we'll bring 3rd and fine up and just have everyone like a spinners type field, which I think at this stage of the game with batters going, I don't think they have to worry about being too obvious, so I'd probably nearly do that, bring 3rd and fine up and then just set a spinner's field and bowl really full off pace at stumps, and then if you want to change it up a bit, maybe throw a fine leg or 3rd man back depending on where you're going to bowl your on pace ball.
He's got himself a bit of an injury. I was talking to Joe McCarlan there for a second. I thought he might have think about somebody to replace him, but anyway, field's changing. 3 inside the circle on the offside. Point cover and extra cover. It's not good. He's not 100%. That one's been swatted over. There's a chance for the catch. Out of the reach. I'll come back for 2.
He doesn't look 100%
No.
there, does he? I don't know whether he's just going a bit slowly to make sure his footing's right or he's actually hurt himself. But I'm hoping he's all right because he's got to come to the roster in a couple of days' time. So
Well, it could be cramps too. It's quite draining weather out here. Gabba Fitness returns to the viewing. That's a good ball.
Well,
Come back.
yeah, I don't think he's definitely not 100% based on how he sort of hobbled in there. So I hope he's a little stinger maybe.
Hartley's fit. Ball from either end. So Case has bowled 2 overs. Yeah, he still has 2 to go. Joe McGann has 2 to go. Hartley has 2 to go. There's only 3 overs to go, so see what happens. Whoa, that was stuck right in. That will be a wide.
It's the right idea though, I think. Probably a little bit risky with third man in the ring. But I don't mind the thinking, just to try and obviously keep it away from that smaller boundary, nice and straight. So
Well, he's got a deep mid wicket and an orthodox fine leg, but nobody did square leg. So
it's interesting.
looking for a top edge, isn't he? There's no third man either.
I'm sure he needs the fine leg here.
Well bowled.
Hard stop 2 there.
Yeah, a lot of acreage out there. You're doing very, very well. The Seamers, so they can restrict them under 150 at the moment. Going to be touch and go. There's 3 overs to go. Yeah,
Shot.
just a single.
Well bowled.
It's really well bowled. The first one was a shocker, and he's come back.
Yeah, tough time to come back on the bowl when you went for a big gun at 11s early doors. So here you go, you have the ball again, the death match. There you go. But he's doing a relatively good over. Good job this over, I think. Even though he's bowled them wide, I think you see some sort of plan that he's trying to work towards, which is what you want as a captain or a coach.
So McMahon wants third man to come up.
This is a better field, I think.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm probably thinking off pace at stumps.
Yeah, I don't think won't be anything short anymore. Here to left-hander. Wilkins still not out on 33.
Well,
Did he see him coming then?
yeah, I think he moved just a bit early.
Yeah.
So it was well adjusted. I think Wilco's just got to stand still and back himself to hit it over the fielders. I mean, he hits the ball a long way.
He
so.
does, mate. He's a classical cricketer. He's got all the shots. He doesn't need to go inventing anything.
Especially over like a drop kick over a long line, big wicket. I think he can just stand there and hit it over, to be honest with you.
Low full toss. Good over there from McMahon. Came back nicely. That's what they needed from their strike bowler. Joe McGann will continue the onslaught from the Stanley Serena. His 3rd over. At the lunch break, we're going to talk to, I was able to catch up with outgoing President Kevy Ma, Queensland Country President. Done a lot of great things for country cricket. He's stepping down, and when he came in as president, this was only in its infancy, I think, or even before then. And he's very happy to see where the Bulls Masters has brought country cricket to the Gabba. He's going to be sorely missed. So I had caught up with him at before the game, and I was very impressed to actually keep the interview under 5 minutes. But a great ornament for country cricket.
He does an awful lot, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know what next year's going to look like without him around, to be honest with you. He's been there for as long as I've been there, so, and for longer. So
McGann. One was in, that was dead batted. Well, somebody said, "Oh, what does Kevy know?" Half joking, what does Kevy Ma know about country cricket? I said, what Kevy Ma doesn't know about Queensland country cricket hasn't happened yet. So Joe McGowan, the skipper, right arm over from the Stanley Street end. That's high in the sky.
Gonna flop, I reckon.
I think it's going to be short. Still be a single coming back for 2 in misfield. Rosa.
Great running from Truan there. I think there's not a whole lot Stevie Rosa could have done there. I think obviously the time it's spent in the air and where it landed close to that ring, I think if the non-striker was active, which Truan was, he got back pretty comfortably.
The target's looking at 150. I'm pretty sure they'll get there, but Joe McGowan might think otherwise. A wicket here will help their cause. That one's going to be deeper this time, and that will be taken out in the deep. Good catch there, Rosa. McGowan makes the breakthrough, and the Fusion lose their 5th wicket on 138.
Yeah, big breakthrough, I think. Fusion losing another bloke to a 30 score, I think that could possibly come back and hurt them at the end of the day. But saying that, I don't want to put too much of a mocker on the bloke walking out. If there's one bloke that can get him over 150 or around 160, 170 now, he's walking to the crease. So be very interested to see how he goes. And I hope for the Fusion's sake he gets onto a few, because I think 150 is probably not enough.
Wouldn't have thought, no. Especially with the start they had. But I think as you hit the nail on the head there, Sammy, to get a big T20 score, you generally need one of your top 4 to bat deep. So with Fusion, had 3 blokes make 30s and not be able to go on with it and lose wickets at crucial times. So
yeah, one of those being Wilkins, last man out. So newish batsman, Truan not out on 9. So here's Edwards comes to the
where does
crease.
He back him, Sammy?
Hits him from mid-off to mid-wicket. Just clears that front door and sends him.
So where do you bowl to him here?
I think you've either got to be Yorker.
Hard length into the wicket?
Because he's so strong, I think I think that's still into his wheelhouse. I think if you're going to be into the wicket, you've got to be at his head. So I'd be going maybe even 3rd man back and going full and wide.
McGowan. Oh, swing and a miss.
All hard length there.
Yeah, I still think 150. It's going to be a task, especially with McMahon bowled that last over. He's going to bowl the second last over, and then Joe McGowan from the other end. Something he needs to take back the game here for the Fusion. Start striking. That one's a lovely shot down to the deep there. That'll be another catch here. And they'll lose another wicket here in the deep.
Big Fridgie enjoyed that one.
I think he did.
Very happy. So Edwards out.
Yeah, it's a big blow. I mean, there's been a few big blows in the recent overs for the Fusion, but he usually provides a fair bit of punch at the back end, Brenton Edwards. So I think 150 is looking a little bit further off than we thought a couple of overs ago.
Sam, can I ask you? These are Gabba wickets. Like you wouldn't see those wickets probably in a normal ground, because you just don't know how deep that boundary is as a fieldsman. You see 2 or 3 catches caught on the deep here. The size of the ground, it's a Gabba wicket, if you know what I mean, or wicket. But because of the size and the magnitude, you try to go big and deep. It's just not enough.
Yeah, I think without speaking too much in tongue, I think they missed a bit of a trick holding Phelps back after Berryman. I just think he's a bloke that can hit the pockets which you've been speaking about and run those twos. I think they've lacked that in the middle, because especially when CQ have who bowled really well in that middle passage, you can't always go at or look at that boundary and over. So I think they missed a little bit of a trick holding a couple of people back and not hitting those pockets and running hard in the middle, which they usually do really well. So.
Oh my God. Again, the Maestro, that one's an appeal. Not out, and get a signal leg by.
Joey's not happy with that one.
Yeah, be looking to fill his pockets here, big fella. Back end of the T20. Get a few stats next to his name. But saying that, both Truan and Gussie Warnock, 2 very, very good batters. I mean, it's that they're quite lucky, FNQ, to have these 2 blokes strolling out where they are in the order. So
yeah, Gus bloody opened the batting for Queensland.
He did.
for however many years.
Yeah, he's a very good bat. So they still have to bowl well here, CQ. Have to close out well.
So McMahon will bowl the last over from the Vulture Street end. So 4 men inside the circle, 3 are on the offside. That's one of them there.
It's not bowled. But yeah, high percentage play. I can't see a mid-wicket. You can only see a very like a square or a deep forward square. I think that's probably the place to go, I'd feel at this stage. Or if you get any width, throw the kitchen sink it.
Just not sure why he's got a fine leg still.
Long way back too.
That's a slow wide ball. Gets away with it.
She went well.
I just wondered whether those other 2 catches too were maybe into that breeze. They seem to be up there for a long time.
Yeah, they just sat in though.
Yeah.
Just hovered towards the fielders. I agree with Beams. I think fine leg is pointless. I think best case scenario is obviously saving 4, but I think if you just hit it to him, it's 2 because he's a long way back there. So
Joe McGann's moving deep back to square leg around to a deep mid wicket. McMahon again. His final over. Full toss. Low full toss. Doesn't get all of it, but enough.
Cool. Much needed boundary.
Very much. It's probably been an over or 2 since a boundary.
Yeah, it's interesting that Cal went for the really full delivery. I feel like the ones he's been bashing into the wicket have been really effective. So, not sure if he
meant it.
Yeah. Perfect.
He's mixing it up, isn't he, McMahon? Not on purpose either, I don't think. Low full tosses and.
Yeah,
Is he limping a bit?
It does. Definitely doesn't look 100% from when he took that fall in the first over of his first ball of his last over. So just be one of those ones. Might have rolled his ankle.
On for 36.
But yeah, I'd be very surprised if he goes back to that full ball because it's the only one that sort of looked like getting met.
Warnock. Again, only a leg by.
Send a message down to Wellesley. Cal bash the wicket.
Well, other than that boundary, it's been just a plethora of dot balls or singles. It's really slowed them right up there. 6 for 145 with 9 balls to go. Again, a dot. Good bowling here.
It's been a good shutout.
I think, Sammy, you hit the nail on the head earlier about the Fusions, the way they've approached the middle part of this innings by not sending Phelps out a bit sooner. They weren't turning strike over as often, and then the boundaries weren't coming, so it allowed
End of the over.
To strangle.
And last bowl over to come from McGann.
Big fridge.
So 6 for 148. The scoreboard hasn't updated on your screen or at the ground for that matter. Now it has. Well, the scoreboard at the ground has it 6 for 139 off 18. So anyway, they'll get it all sorted out. Joe McGann to Truan. He has got all of that. It's safe to square leg. They're coming back for 2 and do it nicely. Lovely running.
Yeah, it had to go. I think
they had intent at the start, didn't they, Sammy?
Yeah, I think the fielder out there missed a trick as well. I think you just got to let the ball go if you're out there. You can't hold it because blokes are going to, last over they're going to take you on. So he's got to let it go as soon as it gets in his hands. But well bowled from Joe, I think. Third and fine up, Bram.
Yeah, Gussie got that in his kit bag.
Right, he's going to smack it down to cow corner for 1. They're going to come back for 2 again. Throws it a little bit wide, make it safely.
I think there'll be a few kids with the ramp in their kit bag after watching us having concerts the other day.
I don't know, I think the shoulder charge is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty loose, wasn't it? A couple of heavyweights there colliding, eh?
Yeah. 100 kilos between them.
Yeah.
Joe McGowan used to be 100 kilos a long time ago.
Under 13s, big
Under
Joe
13s.
100 kilos.
Coming back for 2. I don't know whether Joe got a leg on that or not, but it didn't seem
stuck his foot out, I think.
Yep.
this is good. See, they're not hitting the boundary, but they're still picking up the 2. So 6 off already. Just makes it a little bit, well, ticks them up close to that 160, which is, I mean, a bit below where we thought par, but competitive as a batting type side chasing the 8s and over.
So 6 for 154. We've had our score board sorted. That one's a lovely shot there. Hook shot, rolls the wrist nightly, back to the square leg for 4 runs, goes down in front of, I have no idea what that is, a Queensland Country Bank stand.
Not sure, but yeah, well played from Gussie Warner. I think you identified where that fielder was. He was a bit straighter than the traditional square leg, and he just rolled his wrist because he just had to beat fine leg, pick up a good result, which he did.
Used to be where the pool was down there. Now it's a little bit more civilised.
Yeah.
I walk out of there with a rash. Going low full toss again. Just a single.
I think they'll get 2 here.
They're going to push
Truant
it.
out of the blocks early. Good running from Truant.
Down on his haunches there is Warner. Gassed a little bit. Stifling conditions here at the Gabba. Threat of rain later on. Last night we had a storm after a 38-degree day, so there might be showers this afternoon. I don't think it'll affect this game. Certainly very muggy. Joe McGahn. Last ball of the innings. Digs that one in short. Swats that over finally. The players up inside the circle. They'll finish with a boundary. They'll get over the 160 mark here. That counts for well, I'm just going to make sure they're not moving.
No ball. Free hit.
It is a no ball. There you go.
More than 1 for the over.
See, that was my thing. I'm saying it was the last ball of the innings. Free hit. Joe won't be happy, but
I think as a batter here, you're pretty confident I won't be short again, so you can probably get that front dog somewhere down the wicket. But it's been a great little cameo from Gussie Warnock, who, like we said before, can bat. Good player.
McGahn could be the last ball of the innings, and it is.
2
I'll
more,
push for
I'd
2,
say.
yep. And the end of the innings, 165, Sam Lowry.
Good finish.
Yeah.
Close to that 170 mark, like we said at the very start of the bowling innings. So they'll be relatively happy with that, Cairns, after a below par, I'd say, middle period. And I think the seamers won't be too disappointed either. I think they'd probably walked out here and would take 160 on at the start of the day. So good even game and should be a good chase coming up.
Clay, what are your thoughts, mate? Are they going to be enough?
Yeah, look, I think runs on the board in a final's always huge, and it applies a lot of pressure to the CQ batters, especially if they're able to get hold of Joey's wicket early. So I think we're up for a cracking run chase.
All right, for helping partners, this is Bulls Masters TV. Clay Beams, Sam Lowry, myself, John Ryan. We'll take a quick break here. We'll be back with the second innings. Here's Bulls Masters Country Challenge 2024. Outgoing President Kevin Marr here, the last Country Challenge final here at the Gabba. Mate, you must be pretty proud. When you first started, this was just a baby thing. It wasn't actually really going to happen, but it has, and it's been going for, 10 years now?
Well, more than that now. It's it was an idea that we had a bit of a concept, sat down with the Bulls Masters and said, can we do this? And from their end, and Country worked with it, and yeah, it's a great thrill for the country players to come here and play on the Gabba. I mean, I was lucky enough to play in grade cricket here.
Yeah.
But, these guys, it's a great moment, especially for the younger brigade. Some of them will not get another opportunity, and it's developed into a real highlight of the country calendar.
As I said, outgoing president, mate, I've known you for a long, long time. You're very passionate about country cricket. A lot of it, Bulls players come from the country. It's a nursery for our future, and obviously you'll keep going long after you've passed from this role, not from the earth. Mate, what do you take out of your time at the country challenge?
I think we've put some really, really good pathways in place now. We've got the under-16 Bulls Masters Love Cup. For those young fellas, we've got the 18s in North Queensland, South Queensland. The Queensland Countryside are the national champions at the moment. Yeah, I think I can walk away next July and have left it in a good place.
From my experience, mate, you've been good fun. You're calm, you're cool, you're collected. You're probably the only Mar that's actually the same. That's one out of a lot of money saying because Jimmy's just right there. But for yourself, the Youth Cup, Country Challenge, And obviously country cricket has been, because of you, and I mean that in all sincerity, we thank you and so does Queensland Cricket, mate. Thank you very much.
Support can come in all kinds of forms. It's like knowing your mates better than they know themselves.
Looking for this? Being there at the right moment.
And helping out the community. Whoever you are.
It's all good, it's all good. Even through the highs and the lows, yeah, you know it's all good, it's all good.
Or just going above and beyond. In partnership with Clipsal, we are giving you the choice to decide who our local branches will be supporting. Start earning nominations today and join us to make a difference.
Isn't that too much support?
Never too much.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
In a world of endless possibilities, where opportunities await at every turn, one company stands tall. Shaw and Partners, a leading national investment advice and wealth management firm managing over $30 billion of assets under advice. Shaw and Partners is at the forefront of the financial industry. We act for and on behalf of individuals, institutions, corporates, charities, and family offices. With a rich 35-year history and a network of 8 offices strategically positioned across Australia, we ensure that our expert financial advisors are within reach, ready to provide tailored solutions and advice. Our expansive national presence reflects our dedication to delivering unparalleled service and expertise wherever our clients may be. But at Shaw and Partners, our success reaches beyond numbers and figures. It's about our people. At Shaw and Partners, we foster a culture of inclusivity, collaboration, and growth. We believe that our success is rooted in the talents and dedication of our team and the need to develop and invest in our people for the future. Beyond our professional achievements, we are driven by a deeper purpose. Through our Shaw and Partners Foundation, which seeks to strengthen communities through financial support, volunteering, and skills sharing, we have donated over $12 million to over 200 charities since 2015. Our commitment to giving back extends to community-based initiatives and partnerships, and we are proud to support iconic Australian organisations and communities, such as Australian Surf Life Saving and Nippers, 18-foot skiff sailing, women's basketball, and National Rugby League, to name a few. Our presence in the community through philanthropic endeavours and participation in sports solidifies our commitment to making a positive impact in the communities we live and operate in. We welcome you to Shaw and Partners, your partners in building and preserving wealth.
Support can come in all kinds of forms. It's like knowing your mates better than they know themselves.
Looking for this?
Oh, thanks. Lifesaver.
Being there at the right moment.
And helping out the community. Whoever you are.
It's all good, it's all good. Even through the highs and the lows, yeah, you know it's all good, it's all good.
Or just going above and beyond. In partnership with Clipsal, we are giving you the choice to decide who our local branches will be supporting. Start earning nominations today and join us to make a difference.
Isn't that too much support?
Never too much.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new click and collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and collect. Try it today.
In a world of endless possibilities, where opportunities await at every turn, one company stands tall. Shaw and Partners, a leading national investment advice and wealth management firm managing over $30 billion of assets under advice. Shaw and Partners is at the forefront of the financial industry. We act for and on behalf of individuals, institutions, corporates, charities, and family offices. With a rich 35-year history and a network of 8 offices strategically positioned across Australia, we ensure that our expert financial advisors are within reach, ready to provide tailored solutions and advice. Our expansive national presence reflects our dedication to delivering unparalleled service and expertise wherever our clients may be. But at Shaw and Partners, our success reaches beyond numbers and figures. It's about our people. At Shaw and Partners, we foster a culture of inclusivity, collaboration and growth. We believe that our success is rooted in the talents and dedication of our team and the need to develop and invest in our people for the future. Beyond our professional achievements, we are driven by a deeper purpose. Through our Shaw and Partners Foundation, which seeks to strengthen communities through financial support, volunteering and skill sharing, we have donated over $12 million to over 200 charities since 2015. Our commitment to giving back extends to community-based initiatives and partnerships, and we are proud to support iconic Australian organisations and communities, such as Australian Surf Life Saving and Nippers, 18-foot skiff sailing, women's basketball, and National Rugby League, to name a few. Our presence in the community through philanthropic endeavours and participation in sports solidifies our commitment to making a positive impact in the communities we live and operate in. We welcome you to Shaw and Partners, your partners in building and preserving wealth.
Fusion are in the field, and the Seamers have got a task in front of them. The target has been revised, which we're waiting for the scoreboard to bring up. 172, I think, was the The total after a flurry runs towards the back end. The scorers had to do some readjustment, but at the moment it's going to be the Seamers who'll... I think they would have had a bit of a chance halfway through that innings. Clay Beams and Sam Larry join myself, John Devine, here in commentary here for Bulls Masters TV, brought to you by Help and Partners. We're about to get underway. Ooh. In the power play.
Was looking forward to Berryman bowling on this wicket. He does get them through okay, so you see there straight away bashing a length and good carry through to the keeper, who's not far from the 30-yard circle. Well, look at that.
Yeah, Gussie is quite a way back there, isn't he? A good start. He will bash a hard length. He loves that, and we'll bump too, which is exciting for us to see up here.
So 6 for 172. Swats that one backward a point. I'll just get a single.
I think the Fusion are in a really good position here. They seen what worked in their batting innings. Pace off into the wicket. Full was a lot easier to hit early on. In the first 4 overs, CQ were probably too full.
Big job for Joey McGahn here as well. I think he's sort of the talisman of the Central Queensland Seamers. If he gets runs, they generally go pretty well. So, be very interested to see how he hits them up against a fellow Queensland country bowler and Berryman. So, it should be a good battle.
A big man with a toothpick in his hand. Swats that one over extra cover, and that will go for 4. Unless there's a dive. It's pretty good.
Bit of backspin.
Saved it, yeah. Lovely 9-9.
Yeah, he must be in a bit of a rush to head to the Easy Times Brewery, old Joe. Good to see a bit of a look there at Berryman. But the right idea, you can see he's thinking he wants to create that length where he can access the straight boundary, which is, I know, having played against Joe quite a bit, he does hit the ball quite long and far straight between long off and mid wicket. So Berryman's got to be into the wicket here.
No one climbs on him.
Especially with Joey. I mean, Sammy, you've played a lot of cricket with Joey as well, and against him, you'd probably say that the short ball's not his strength.
Yeah.
So Fusion just need to really stay away from being too full to Joey here.
Yeah, he can by all means pull and cut him or not, but I think it's if you delay that front foot press that he has, you can potentially bring a few modes of dismissal in.
Ooh, that one was landing right in your lap, Sam Larry. Misses that one.
A bit wild. I think the one thing that we can take away from the Fusion innings is they don't... I mean, I know the Fusion got off to a good start, but they don't have to go at gun-ho to get this 170. I think if they... While the field's up, they can still play proper cricket shots. There's plenty of gaps. The outfield runs really quickly, so you don't have to sweat on that boundary ball. So we'd like to see him bat... with a bit of a handbrake here, just to...
Well, that one's high in the sky, and that was going to be falling safe. And Plugs might get there. Good fielding in the deep.
Good running from, I think it's Corey down there. But yeah, that's definitely the length to bowl him. I didn't see what they had field-wise, but you'd nearly have that third and... I know it won't have a fine leg, but you'd probably have deep backward square.
Yeah, I think they had the third and square. Fine and square.
And you just run in and bowl that hard length. It's hot. I think the beauty of that Berryman has too, because he is probably one of the quicker bowlers kicking around country cricket. He gets away with bowling that touch fuller occasionally because he is, blokes are sitting and watching from the sideline. They are, prepared for that hard length. So he pushes a few blokes back a bit earlier, which can let him bowl that bit fuller. But not a bad first over, 7 off.
Did he play some second 11 cricket, Sammy?
Yeah, I can't confirm that, but the rumour, there's a bit of talk around Cairns that he did, which I know I've seen him play a few times. He's whacked us monsoons around a bit, so it wouldn't surprise me. But he's a quality all-rounder, I think. Bowls, but also I think we didn't see him to his full potential batting today. But you can can hit the ball a long way and play some proper cricket shots. So, good player, but another good bloke, another good bowler, starting from the other end as well in Roach. So, a couple of good matchups here, good battles.
Roach and McGowan shot at the stumps, ends up missing the stumps, but hits the batsman.
I do see Phelpsy hit an annoyingly.
That's what
a lot
I'm
from
quite
that angle.
surprised that they took Phelpsy on there. He's one of the better fielders out there.
Yeah, he's always very chirpy, but he can definitely back it up. He catches anything that comes his way, and he usually hits the stumps. So I think that's something to take note there for the Central Queenslanders.
Whoa! So Corey's.
I think what we've seen already here from the Fusion is the field's a deep square in a third, and Berryman was bowling to the same field. They obviously identified it from their batting innings that harder length was obviously harder to hit. So you've seen in the first, 9 balls, they've been bashing that length. So in saying that, Roachy pitches one up.
Yeah, got us again. I think, yeah, especially in T20 cricket, it doesn't matter how obvious you are or
that's right.
how telegraphed you are in those first, those power play overs. I think it's just about, trying to take wickets, but also trying to, nullify the runs. And I think, you can afford to be a bit obvious.
That's a leg by, I think. The umpire will signal. That's pretty hard.
Bedful couple of balls for Corey there. He's let go of his bat. He's been hit on the leg. No, good.
Well, he's just trying to give the strike to
Big man.
Joey McGowan. How good's this contest? Roach McGowan. That's a big ball. Joe McGowan doesn't move, doesn't have to. That's gone the maximum.
Just can't bowl there to Big Joey, unfortunately.
No, I think Roach will be a little bit disappointed with himself there. You can see they've got the field set for that hard length, and he's just floated one up in the slot. If you go to shave, and the best miss.
This time Roach, slower ball down the leg side, and the umpire says,
Big Joe.
Let that one go. Joe's not happy. End of the over, none for 15 after 2.
Not a bad over there again, really. 7 off. Solid start, but I think, CQ can fall into the trap here of trying to go too hard in the power play. I think they've got enough class in their top order just to play proper cricket shots, and they can keep up, or if not, be above the required rate. Because I think one thing they will do really well in that middle overs is run, like rabbits between the wickets. So I think if they can, get a few nice cricket shots away and get themselves going, I think we'll see good batting through that middle there from the Central Queenslanders.
So both opening bowlers going for 7. Berryman continues from the Stanley Bolter Street end. Corey hasn't quite got his mojo going yet. Just 1 off 6
there, didn't he, for Corey?
Yeah, it was through a bit earlier. Through a bit quicker than expected, but a good length nevertheless. I think if he gets bat on that, it's going to their third man, judging by the way he swung at that. So it's good bowling to your field early doors.
So what I'm liking is that cup is only about 3 pitches away. Just that. See him there and set on the screen, the white floppy hat. Cutting off any signal, and also just that presence that's close to the bat. I wouldn't be there.
No, but
would he be there for Joe?
He'd be a brave man, maybe with a skid lid. But I think
I like that.
You can see straight away. This is the intent with the field. Like you can see how they're trying to take a wicket, which is something we didn't really see with the Central Queenslanders.
Yeah, that play comes in.
I think the other thing as well with those close fielders, I know as a batter, I think in a T20 open the batting, you're probably thinking, righto, one on the offside's not coming. So if you do see that width or any bit of length, you're trying to hit over, and that can also bring in a wicket. I mean, as a batter, you're backing yourself to hit it over, but I think from a bowling side, it gives you the most opportunity to take advantage of that new ball. So
Corey again, that one. There's in the air, and that goes
Exactly
over to
what
extra
you said,
cover.
Sammy.
Yeah, well done.
There you go. Good shot.
Well picked, Sam.
Thank you, Kieran.
Yeah.
No, good cricket shot. But again, as a bowler, you're probably not feeling too disheartened because I think it went through just above head height, you'd say.
Yep.
So you're maybe just a bit over looking at the replay, but you don't mind seeing that as a bowler rather than, I suppose, on the flip side, when Roachy over-pitched to Joe the over before, hit back over his head for 6. So not a bad boundary to concede.
That one's swatted down to third man for a single. At the top of your screen, you see the feet of Luke Feldman, who's checking out the bowling of his charges.
Yeah, if there's ever an advocate of the bumper, I think it's
Fox,
the Central Queensland mentor. Yeah, he's love seeing that ball fly through. Wild.
Deep backward point for a 3 overs gone, none for 21. Similar to the first innings of the Fusion. They didn't lose a wicket in the first 5 overs. They lost their first one in 6.3, and that was only because of a Roach getting, not Roach, was it the other opening batsman?
Aidan Furman.
Aidan Furman. They got off to a flyer.
Yeah, I think both teams are relatively happy with how it started. I think. I know as a batter, whenever you play Cairns, I think you highlight probably Berryman and Roach, and if you can sort of take them for 6s and 7s, you're probably doing a good job because there's a couple of other ways you can target. As I suppose Seth McGinty comes on now, so good start from both teams.
Foolish ball, digs that one out.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'll want to stay that length with that field.
No.
To
No.
Joey.
I think what have they got? It's third.
Deep square, deep
Deep
forward
square.
square.
Yeah, he's going to have to be into the wicket. So
Why the change
Test.
now, Sam? Do you think? Why did Roach come off? He
look,
only went for
I think I can
7. Is he going to
speak
come
for-
to this end?
Yeah, I think they're going to save him for the back end. I think Roach
Free?
getting death is he's invaluable. Shot.
Smashes that one through cover. It just went like a bullet. No chance for the infield. 4 to the total.
Good shot, but as Clay alluded to, way too full. I think he's going to have to, if the ball flies over fine leg for 4 or he gets beaten, to his left or right out at mid-wicket, you could probably be a bit happy with that as a captain. But when he's beaten that offside ring with a top of the knee roll length, you're probably shaking your head a bit.
McGinty again. How does he adjust? Shortish ball swats. Going to find mid-on. No run. That would have hurt.
Better length.
So changing the field here, third up, mid on dropping.
Don't mind it. But I suppose I think if you do try and bowl short, you just open up that, have to be right on the button,
Yeah, you
third
just
man up.
Can't have any width.
And if you do bowl short, long on's probably useless, isn't he? So
McGinty again. That one's a swish guard. That one.
he's unlucky
He'll
there.
be a bit annoyed with himself there, Joey, I think.
Just had to get something on that, and I think it's 4 over the bloke they just brought it up. So no, I think for a young fella, it's pretty important just to sort of get back to your mark and make sure you're pretty clear with your plan, because you can see he's having another change in the field here, which is cover. And I think
It's interesting.
Yeah, I think you just keep it nice and simple and go fine and deep square and bump him, or get up around his chest anyway.
Comes out of his crease, smacks that straight down. It's going to be well fielded, just a single. Yeah, it's a bit of putting for McGinty, that ball beforehand where Joe just went big on him. Did he try that again and find that edge, find that false shot, or do exactly what he did then? I mean, how much are you willing to pay for a wicket by bowling that one again?
Yeah, well, I actually think he's probably more chance of getting a wicket if he bangs in, because I know Joe, it's going to probably plant his ego, but he's going to run down a wicket, hit him back over his head anyway. And I think that's gives him more chance of taking that wicket.
So you got more of a chance now on the power play for Joe to try and go big and get it wrong than later on when they've got the run chase with wickets.
Yeah, and I think he's looking one direction, isn't he? Like, I mean, he's not going to try and hit one over deep square. Or
Nah, he wants side screen.
Yeah, so if you can, he's going to go there no matter what. So if you dig it in, you probably increase the likelihood of him skewing one to mid on and mid off as Roachie's switching ends.
I thought he might have switched ends. I was wondering what was going on with the only bowling the one. I thought he'd come on. They bat deep, Clay, seamers?
Yeah, they do, mate. Sammy might tackle this one for me. I don't know their side that well.
Yeah, they do. They've got a lot of...
At 9?
Yeah, well,
They haven't even got Casey up on the board, have they?
No.
He's playing, though.
12, he's definitely playing, yeah. I think they do bat quite deep.
Here's a wicket. They get their first one. So the bowling changed at the other end. Roach comes on, takes a wicket with the very first ball, and Corey is on his way, caught at the wicket.
Yeah, that's looks like Cal McMahon coming to the crease here. I think that's a plan that CQ do use. They bring him out in the first 6 because he will be quite aggressive and hit the ball quite hard, which I actually personally don't mind, to be fair. I think if you can have someone like Jeff Case walk out at the start of the end of the 6, he's one of those blokes where you sort of just blink and he's at 20, so he's a really good manipulator of the ball. Whereas Cal's going to be pretty similar to Joe, I think, in his approach and look to try and hit the ball hard from the dot. So we'll see how he goes up here against Roach, who's quite a hard bloke to attack.
Get hold of, yeah, because he just bowls that hard sort of line and length. I think we touched on it earlier, Sammy, about it. That length being, if the batsman's good enough to hit one or two of those, then so be it. But you bring that mode of dismissal into play, which today's proven again that the horizontal bat shots are a lot harder to play.
Just done for pace, wasn't he?
Wicket in the power play. 1 for 27, 4.1 overs, so bit of a stutter here, but with the Fusion, when they were batting, they took a long time to get restarted again after losing the first wicket. As Roach comes in again. See if it's the same mindset here from Joe McGann.
Yeah, look, I don't think Joey will change too much with how he how he's going to bat. He only knows one way, Joe.
Yeah, definitely waxing one. I don't think he'd be looking to hit pockets and run too. I think the big fella.
No.
Often say to Joe, or Joe McGann makes it to a final at the Gabba, the ground's still not big enough.
Yeah, he has a bit of a love affair with this place, as is the bloke bowling. So I know the Player of the Match award's got to be either named after one of those two. I think by the time they finish.
Yeah. I can remember Rachie 2 or 3 years ago taking a great catch, took a few wickets and runs. Comes in again from the Vulture Street end. That's been swatched. Beats the infield. Might have got a hand on it to slow it down. Chases on.
Well fielded.
Yep.
Brenton Edwards.
Just the 2. Will they get 3?
Nah.
2. Yeah. Nice positive start from Cal. He looks nice and he's full of intent, which is what you want from your 3 inside the power play, I think. A lot of blokes moving around. I like him to stand still and whack it. What are your thoughts, Beamsy?
Yeah, probably not the one to ask, Sammy.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, very valid.
Yeah, look, it's always tough to move around and hit the ball, especially at the start of an innings. But I feel once you're in and face that sort of dozen balls and you're hitting them well enough, then you can start to do it. But it's certainly, with only 2 out on a deck that's very true, you don't need to do much moving around. You're going to get reward for good cricket shots. So.
Agree.
That one's gone over mid on, and that will be pulled in just in front as well. 2 more.
Yeah, that's the right idea. I think there, keep your head still, and if you get something that you can plop over there, you try and hit it there. He obviously didn't get much of that, but it's good thinking. It's good thought process.
Australian over 50s captain Justin Poole is watching as well. Now that guy did not go to church today.
Paulie will be having a beer, I would have thought.
Well, they're watching the, for those who are rude enough to be watching the test, you may be watching that as well. It's not looking pretty for Australia at the moment. As you see, McGuinness continue from the Stanley Street end. That one's gone big. Joe McGann doesn't move. That's going to belt into the screen. 6 more. How big was that?
It's amazing the amount of times you've watched Big Joey McGann bat and bowling side's still just bowling to Joey's slot.
Yeah, I think you've got to be... Like, he's one of those blokes in this format where you don't even bring the stumps into play. You've got to be looking at, belly button or chest or belly button the head, really, because I think he just... Look how easy he did that. Just stepped in and put his hands through it and it went, 5 or 6 rows back. So, I mean, the field's set for that bowling too as... Who's out?
Mid-on staying out now.
Mid-on staying out. I still think mid-on's pointless, even if he half hits it, because it's going to go over him.
It's the shortest boundary, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to be bumping him.
McGuinness again, shorter, and you're right. There's an edge! An appeal, McGann's gone, can't believe it. 6 the ball beforehand, gets an edge. You called it, Sam Lowry. Anything forward is going to be carnage. Something short might bring a wicket, and it does.
Yeah, I think... Have a look at the replay here. He sort of took that shuffle, which we spoke about earlier. He's going to try and create that length where he can hit straight. So props to the bowler for getting the ball in the right spot. And, Big Joe, it's a big wicket for FNQ, but he will walk off feeling a bit unlucky there, because I think if he gets a little bit more on that, he's got 4 more. But Cairns won't care. They're happy to see the back of him.
That's a very, very big wicket for Cairns. You can see in the bowler's reaction there how happy he was to get that one. So brings Jeff Case to the crease, as Sammy touched on before. He's played some first-class cricket in New Zealand, and he's a class bat. So look for him to accumulate early and then kick on, possibly.
Yeah, he's a quality player. I think from the Cairns perspective, though, it's... Especially being a young bowler, it frees you up a little bit knowing that someone like Jeff Case comes into the crease where he's not going to be as brutal from ball 1, so you can sort of miss your margin for error, obviously slightly widened. So, but in saying that, like you said, he's a very good manipulator of the cricket ball, and if you do give him some rubbish, he will hit you for 6. So, good bloke to be coming in at the back end of the power play, look to dominate the middle overs. Bowled.
Actually, I think that might be the first forward defensive shot I've seen all game.
Yeah. Probably not.
Am I right?
Yeah, look, I think that's probably a little bit with the intent of both sides. It's either sort of 4, 6 or nothing.
Yeah.
Which see far north probably missed out on, 20-odd runs through that middle period of probably just looking to score a boundary rather than, your 1-2s and then punish your bad ball.
2 for 37. Glides that one. Yeah, that's a good shot. That's 2 there if they want it. But I'll say take 1.
Throwing. I think that's, you can highlight, looking at, we've got the benefit here of looking up on the scoreboard and seeing the dots that bowlers have bowled as well. And you see, they bowled 2 overs, and like Berryman, for example, has bowled 7 dots. I mean, McGuinness, not even through his second, he's bowled 5. So I think whilst the intent's got to be there to hit boundaries and make advantage or take advantage of the 6 overs, they've still got to be looking to get off strike if the ball's not quite in their slot, which I think the CQ boys, having watched Cairns, will look to try and do a little bit better than their opponents.
Straight down the ground, that's 4.
Same again, it's just that full length has been a lot easier to hit.
Yeah, on pace too, so it's just an invitation to sort of go downtown, isn't it?
So for those of you watching, we have 2 scoreboards here at the Gabba. Well, that's where our eastern side is the batting card, and I love this addition actually, as you mentioned, Sam.
I didn't know
bowling
until you said that, Sammy.
Scoreboard is actually, instead of having maidens, it's got the dots there, because you bowl some maiden in T20 cricket, and if you do, you should be playing second grade. But it's a great addition there to give you some idea of what's happening with the bowling. Slots there. Oh, there's a chance there. Hard one.
Phelpsy never drops him.
That was going like a bullet. Ooh, is that the turning point, Sam Lowry?
I've just put another mocker on the
Yeah,
okay,
you've mocked a few today.
Look at
poison
this.
words. He's nailed it.
Yeah. It's hooting.
Just beating for pace there by looks. I think he's probably there looking for that one, knowing Phelpsy, so he's in nice and tight. But in saying that, I've seen him take some absolute hangers and that backward point region, so uncharacteristic.
Yeah, we're pretty disappointed with himself there. He backed himself to take that 9 or 10 times out of 10, Phelpsy.
That was humming.
The other thing, and this is a bit disconcerting for fielders, at the Gabba is obviously the chairs as well. You know, it comes out of a grandstand, which you wouldn't have at venues, you know, Gazelles maybe, but other than that, it's... But that was just kind of like a bullet, you know, if he takes out, it's a game changer. They're 3 for.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that if you get caught out like that as a batter, you head back feeling a bit unlucky because you think either side of him is 4. So, saying that, would have been, you know, 3 for just under 40, or 3 for 440, sorry. Would have made CQ's job very difficult. 2 newies at the crease.
Nathan Reedon's tuning in as well. Played here plenty of times. That's been swatted to.
Henry King into the attack for Cairns. Another good young bowler from the... They seem to have a big production line up there with young quicks. I think he's sniffing in around 19 squads as well. So he's, quality bowler. Kept Cairns in the game last year, if I remember correctly. Got a couple of big wickets, so see how he goes today.
Interesting point in the game, isn't it?
Shot.
Just a single, that's all they need to do. There's plenty of space. As you said, Clay, there was a lot of runs that weren't taken advantage of in that middle order by the fusion, by the seamers.
Yeah, look, I think T20 cricket, a lot of people fall in the trap of that, you know, boundary or nothing.
Yeah.
It's probably not the higher you go in terms of level. They seem to do it a lot better and understand the game a lot better than, you know, us country cricketers that just think the occasion is bash and crash and you're on the Gabba and you want to hit boundaries.
But in saying that, do you come into... Is that your game plan, though? Can you have a game plan where it's all or nothing, or is there one where you want to be played?
I don't think so, but it's a mindset thing. It's a hard thing. I mean, I open the batting in T20 cricket, and for me, if I feel that I'm, you know, trying a bit too hard or doing a bit too much, then that's generally when you're not going to make runs and you don't turn strike over. But if you just relax and I know it's easier said than done, but back your skills and back your instincts, I suppose. Then that's when you can sort of, you know, accumulate those 1s, 2s, and then you're in better positions to punish the bad balls when they come. And your sort of 6, 7 run overs will turn into those 8, 9, 10 run overs, taking your total to probably 190 instead of 170.
McGinney from down the leg side, that'll be a wide. Wow.
Dot ball. It's a bit stiff.
Wow. Yeah,
that's very stiff.
That's one's asking the question: is that a wide ball or not? I mean, there are 2 blue lines on the pitch.
It's a gripe of mine. This the wide rule down leg side. I think it's just take all adjudication out of it. If it's down leg, it's a wide.
100%.
Totally. Had reason to ask the question.
I think as well, like there's, instead of showing leniency to the leg side, like deliveries that are missing, you know, leg stumps, show leniency to the offside ones. Like,
but these are more for the offside deliveries,
correct?
Not for the leg side. So anything leg side is wide.
So I think he may have adjudicated by the look of that if it's going to hit the batsman in their stance, then it's not a wide.
Well, stumps haven't moved.
Correct.
Yeah, I think it's just a wide.
Every day of the week. Let's see what happens at the back end of the game. 2 for 45. Last ball of the 7th over. Swing and a miss.
Good length there.
That's a good over from McGinty. Very good over. 4 dots.
Yeah, the game's probably a little bit in the balance at the moment.
It is. It is. I think Cal McMahon has the ability to change that.
Sorry, King.
I think, especially with the spinners coming on now, I think they've, again, watched us to see how CQ bowled and saw how effective spin was from that far end with the change in the bowler. Benny McCartney coming into the attack will bowl quite quick through the air, bowl leggies. Won't spin the ball a whole lot, but will, you know, look to just try and target the stumps and bowl that hard length top of the stumps. So, yeah, interesting to see how Jeff Case goes here. I think he's quite good at hitting the ball into a few obscure areas, like plays those reverse sweeps. And
which with this field might be an option here. With
if he gets some width or something straight, I think he could look to paddle or reverse. He's probably one of the only few in the game that have them shots in his repertoire. But I think Cal will be looking to be nice and aggressive still.
So 2 for 45 after 7.
Cricket.
Should be 2 here. They didn't run that first one very hard. That's poor.
I think Cal's
nursing something. But
yeah, I think he's still a bit sore from when he bowled. But
yeah, I think you're right.
So I think in this situation, he's just got to probably try and hit sixes,
if
doesn't
that's
he?
the case,
You can't run. You need that bloke out there with Jeff Case. Pushing the 2s in the pockets.
Well, there's
That'll
one way of doing it.
That'll do.
That'll help.
French cut down to backstop for 4.
Nice paddle sweep from Cal McMahon there.
Yeah. Page 73 of the textbook. It brings up the 50 there for the seamers.
Yeah, right, it's a very interesting passage of the game here. Especially with a bloke who looks like he's got one leg out there. I think it's really important that he sums up the situation nicely from a Central Queensland perspective.
Oh.
Tough chance going down.
That's 2 now here for the Fusion. Tough one.
Yeah, he'd come back with at a rate of knots, so it's tough. I mean, as a spinner, you'd like to think they'd take him off their own bowling, but I mean, a bit of sympathy there for him. It did come back at him quite quickly.
Bowled a pretty good length here.
He has by a good length. I think just touching on it, like, don't spin him a whole lot, but he's looking to angle him in towards the batter's hip, which, if you look at the leg side field, it is set appropriately. That's the spot to hit him, I think.
Well, he's really suffering. I think it's cramp, to be honest.
You wouldn't think he'd be bloody cramping in a T20 game, would you?
Well, I hope he's all right. Selfishly, he's got a tour coming up, so.
Like as in now, he's trying to stretch it out.
Yeah.
I think it's a cramp. Like I said, it's quite humid.
I think from a Cairns perspective, it's probably, I mean, unless he comes out and whacks, a couple of dingers here, he's probably going to play in their hands.
Correct,
if he stays out there.
It'll affect Jeff's game as well. Jeff's he'll run hard 2s and hard 3s and 1s. So if he's not able to do that, it'll strangle him as well. So
see if they bring out the pickle juice.
Painties or something.
What do you reckon? Big Fridge would go out and be his runner.
I reckon that arse leg in midfield, but his kid's probably still in Rockhampton.
2 for 52 after 8 overs. Batsman out Corey for 7. Joe McGann for 24 off 15. Big break through that. McGann, certainly the focal point of the Fusion bowling. Got rid of him. Still a job to be done here, but I'll be glad to see the back of him.
Nice hands, good touch.
Yeah, look, I think if you're the Fusion at the moment, you'd be pretty happy with where the game sits, especially with the bowlers that they have left in the shed too with overs. So
you don't want to be leaving too many to chase with Roche and to come in and finish the innings. So I think this is probably the end he's got a target here, Cal. I reckon he's just got to get deep in his crease and try and hit anything from mid-off to square leg.
McMahon labouring. So he just stands and delivers, and he does that, swats that over cover, single. Gee, what do you do here? Do you just send the message out, just tee off, we don't care if you get out?
Yeah, I think
basically,
that's...
because he's probably costing him maybe a couple of runs and over.
Yeah, look, I think...
And you can't retire him.
No, I think they should be switched on enough to realise that, it's going to be affecting both ends, not just his. So you'd like to think the call would be made out there that, Cal might say to Jeff, look, mate, I'm really struggling here. So that one there, that's a quick single every day of the week if he's not injured. So I think Cal's either got to hit out or get out here. So
they do bat pretty deep, as you said. So,
well,
but the tight 173 is still 120 away with 9.5 to go. 11.5.
You don't want to back end it too much.
No.
With the experience that the Fusion have in their bowling stocks.
Oh,
Bowled.
beating everything.
What skiddy, isn't he?
Henry King?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Or King Henry, he's probably been called.
And I won't say too much because I don't want to put the mocker on him, but he's started really well. This is the back end of his second over, so and you can already see 6 dots inside 1.4 overs. Like that's pretty red hot from a bowler's perspective.
Bright sunshine now. The Gabba makes it even more warmer. They gets the break for an appeal, gets the edge. McMahon's on his way. Is it? No. Jeff Case.
It's a big blow for the CQ. I think you could even argue he probably shouldn't be on strike, should he? So
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there's the other point. Yeah.
So good bowling. And again, the crossbat shot's hard to execute here at the Gabba today. There's Brent Hartley to the crease.
I was a bit worried about those catches coming back to bite the seamers, but at 354, they're certainly in the box seat still.
Yeah, I think if 170.
I'll come back and hurt the Fusion, I beg your pardon. Yeah.
Case is a big blow. I think, especially in that middle overs, if he's batting with someone who's fully fit, has potential to really to run the Fusion around the field, which is just what CQ needed. But unfortunately for them, he's departed with Brent Hartley to the crease, looking to build on his twofer in the bowling stocks. Good chance for him here to spend a bit of time in the middle and help his team chase that 170 down.
Hartley gets a 40 or 50, and he's got the player of the match.
It'd be hard to take off him.
Ooh. Well, I'm not going to argue with him either.
Especially if they can get the win.
But as you mentioned, with the Fusion batting, they didn't go on with it.
No.
Nobody did.
More than capable too, Brent. Hits the ball into a few different places. Looks like they're still going to be into the wicket to him here, which is the way to go.
Oh, King almost gets the second one. That's a good effort from the young fella. Into his second over, he has 1 for 4 with 8 dots in those 2 overs.
Yeah, unbelievable start there from King.
It's a great start, I think.
Especially on a day like today where the seamers haven't been as effective. He seemed to have found a way with the lengths and lines he's bowled. He's been very consistent and he's bowled to his field.
Well, he hasn't overpitched, has he?
No,
I mean,
he hasn't missed.
We see most, all of the seamers, bar probably Berriman and Roach in their 2 power play overs. Well, I suppose Roach did a couple of times as well, but yeah, he never overpitched. He had understood the assignment and he executed really well. So that's big props to him. He bowled really well, and obviously took the big wicket of Jeff Case, which is tough one.
McCartney again. That's a man in the deep. Too big for him. 6.
Shot.
Yeah, look, I think this over will be a 20 to 30 run over, or Cal will be out, I'd say, by look at this.
I think he's got one way to go about it here, Cal, especially on one leg. So again, I think just get deep in your crease and
stand still and
side screen it. She's just about done there, so it's a good cricket shot.
Well, they need to get on with it. They're starting to fall behind. Still another 113.
I think with the context of the game at the moment, when Cal injured as he is, it sort of forces him into an over where he'll either get out or they'll make 20 or 30 off the over, which I think the seamers need at the moment. And then
there's 6 more.
The intent causes the drag down.
Yeah, splits the field.
4 more.
Jeez, he couldn't got in between those 2 any better.
Yeah, it's good gapping. I think that just highlights the amount of real estate out there because he didn't quite hit that as well as he wanted, but both long on and mid wicket still had lots of ground to cover and it beat him. So good outfield, good batting. Good work from McMahon here, who's just got to keep rolling with the plan he's laying out.
Field remains same. Digs that one in. That's going to find the man in the deep. Let's just get a single. Relief of
got away with one there a bit, McCartney.
I think that might have, could have went the same direction.
So Hartley takes guard.
It was 70 around 10 overs. It sort of pushes them back in towards that, well, where they'd like to be. Probably just a couple of wickets down they'd prefer to have out there, obviously.
Well, that's a lovely bit of flight there, and
that's
just a single.
Good result for the same as that single, I think.
Yeah, I think it suits Brent Hartley as well. He's just walked to the crease with a bloke that's got a bit of a licence down the other end. You know, as a batter, you just got to get him on strike. You know, whether he comes off or not, it's, you know, the non-strikers end's the best place for him to be at the moment, just to watch Cal do his job, which him to swing pretty hard.
Just waiting the field to change. That one's high in the sky. Is it gone far enough?
Sounded good.
Looks
You
like
betcha. So McCartney feeling the carnage of McMahon.
There's that over we spoke about.
That'd be the turning point back in the favour of the seamers. Big hit. Still another ball to go.
Yeah, good shot from Cal. I think, I suppose when you're a spinner in this situation and someone's going after you, you can fall into the trap of just trying to fire in there, where we've got to, as a captain, probably just got to speak to him and just go, you know, come mate, slow it down. It's you know, just go back to what works for you. That hard length, don't have to spirit in 100 miles an hour. Because I mean, before this over, he bowled quite well, I thought. So just take a bit of pace off, slow it down, and they're not far off.
Oh, bowled him. Straight through, gets the wicket. McMahon is on his way, and McCartney, after copying an absolute pasting the 5 deliveries beforehand, gets the wicket.
Not a bad result for either team there, I'd say. I think McMahon, who'd already taken the over for a few, you know, I don't think he could afford to be out there for much longer unless he was doing this, just purely because he is slightly injured. So now with two fully fit batters at the crease, I believe it's a left and right combination. It will benefit CQ, but I mean, from a bowling perspective, from a fusion perspective, even 4 for now inside the first 10. Well, at the end of the first 10, I think, well and truly in the middle order, you're sitting quite pretty happy with where you're going.
I think the Fusion will be very happy with where they're sitting at the moment. The odd runs on a board in the final.
Australian Indoor World Cup player Rob Fitzgerald's viewing, as well as Nev Poulsen. So they've tuned in right at the right time, where it's actually, I look at that replay of the Smith, he just had a bad leg. You know, if he was a horse, you know what would happen to him. Right, so he just laboured. Then I'm not saying McCartney wouldn't have got through his defences there, but he certainly nailed to the deck there, yellow beard style. So change now as we see Robertson coming in from the Vulture Street end. Left
arm ortho. Left-right combination. Probably left arm ortho set up pretty well for a lefty if you're looking at a matchup. So again, I think Hart's job here is just to be nice and positive still, hit the pockets when he gets one that he can't hit for 6, and if he does get one that's in his slot, smash it and then hand over to Hayden O'Connor, who probably take 5 or 6, even 10 balls, just to have a bit of a look. Still a long way to go in this game, so see how this goes. Well bowled. Just look to keep that scoreboard ticking over.
It's almost been today the slower the spinners have bowled, the harder it's been to hit.
Yes.
Spinner v spinner, left arm around the wicket. It's lovely fielding.
Ooh.
Ends up hitting Hartley on the way through, but
good fielding from Phelps there.
Yeah, we might see a little bit more quick singles there.
Yeah, look, I think they need to, in terms of the worst thing they can do right now is fall into the trap of looking for boundaries too often. You'll find that if that's the case, it'll probably be, 6-7 for 90.
Yeah, they can't really afford to lose another wicket without forming some sort of partnership if they want to chase this down. So really important that these two just rotate the strikers, as Clay said.
10 and over. So it's starting to climb. 4 down.
tough job for the new batter as well to come out and with the scoreboard looking like it does. So
2 new bats.
yeah, well,
Very tough. It was going over the wicket this time. I left
the cricket shot.
spinner. So what do we do now here, Clay? Just hold on to your wicket for 5 overs and then try and unleash, and hopefully not more than 12 or 13 per over.
I'm probably trying to consolidate a bit for the next 2 or 3 overs, but in saying that, you still need to be going at your 7 8s, which might not be a boundary ball and over, but you might run 5 singles and 1 2, which is what I'd be trying to do at the moment.
Yeah, it's a lot of space. Yeah,
yeah.
It should be 2 there.
There you go.
Good running. Cricket from Hartley.
Now Hartley's going to have a heart attack, I reckon, if they have too many more of those. I'm not saying he's unfit, but he's a big boy in warm conditions.
I think it's almost worth. I think it's Aiden Furman out there.
You should be 5 off.
I reckon at least there. Just put pressure on that 2 even in out of the hands.
Round the wicket this time. Comes out. That's 1.
It's cricket.
That is the end of the 11th over.
5 off. Travelling well for FNQ at the moment.
They were 4 for 123 after 15 overs. Were the Fusion. So, tells you anything, you'd say the Fusion are in the hot seat. Who'd your heart say and who'd your head say, Sam?
Heart said CQ, being an old Gladstone boy, but the head was with Cairns. So
good thing you're the Tin Man. Edwards into the attack. It's from the Stanley Street end. 4 inside the circle.
Shot. Yeah, field again set. Interestingly, really, only that deep cover, I think. Yeah, I think Eddie will look to bowl slow balls. He bowls the back of the hand slow ball, rolls his fingers down the side. And you'd think, based off what we've seen today, into the wicket has been the most effective method. So, yeah, good time for Eddie to come on and bowl here. We've got to go 2 there, I'd say.
I think so. Well, it should go to the bowler's end of the throw, and it does. Unfortunately, Edwards wasn't up over the stumps just in case, but the ball beforehand when they hit it to mid-on, I just don't know whether he overhit it too hard because it was only a single.
Yeah, he nailed it.
And you need to probably just have softer hands here. There they had 2.
Oh, hard luck.
See, that one's gone straight to mid-off and only been a single because it's just hit it too hard. But he hits it straight or it's 4 possibly. But.
Yeah, I don't think Eddie's too disappointed there. I think he just created a dot ball while getting a big mid on that, so he did quite well.
Did well to get the hands up around those pipes.
Yeah.
Back of the hand up. I bowled. A couple of dots here from Fusion are really tightening the screws and forcing the seamers into looking for a big shot. So good bowling from Brenton.
Sea Eagles women's coach Sammy Curtis tuned in as well. After mowing the lawn, probably not. Now that's better. But, oh, hang on. Yeah. Hang on. Might be labouring as well as O'Connor.
Not sure. But I think from a CQ perspective, you can get it to 140 with, at 17 even. You set yourself up a couple of big overs and you give yourself a chance. So I think from here on in, they've got to look to obviously hit a boundary. Would be nice, and then if they can't, make sure you're trying to hit those pockets and getting a single or even 2s just to try and get it, like Clay said, up to 7 and 8 and over, just to make sure the run rate doesn't get too far ahead of them, which it's slightly getting there, you'd say, wouldn't you, Clay?
Yeah, you would at the moment, yes, certainly.
Long chat in the middle there between the 2 batters. So
they've basically got to go at 11s, just over 11s, as is, which is achievable, but the dot balls are the killer at the moment.
Yeah, still lots of dots, isn't there?
Robertson. Around the wicket to the right-hander. Swats that one down. Just only a single.
Yeah, it's good length. Hard to get under that and hit it straight towards that big boundary. Which I think, again, just highlights the fact if you get any length at all, you're probably better off just trying to bump it into one of the big pockets. Because if you hit it well enough, it's probably going to be 4, especially leg side looking at this field.
Yeah, that's good bowling. Roche, he's going over the wicket to the left-handed bat.
Big vacuum cleaner at cover.
He's very athletic for a big boy, is Jake Rudge.
Took a screamer of a catch there a few years ago, that exact spot. That one's gone. The maximum? No. Well, he's going to say 6.
Just a bit straight there.
Yeah, good match up here from the seamer's perspective as well. Left arm ortho, lefty. Again, I'm really surprised that there's no mid-wicket. I think with this angle, bring cover up and go 3 back on the leg side.
They don't even need to. They've only got 4 out. Or they've got a fine leg, actually, which is pointless.
That could possibly be 4 as well. It's a great little jump start. A couple of balls here for the seamers from Hayden O'Connor. Is again, instead of trying to, being attracted to that short boundary, he's identified if he hits the ball hard into the gaps, he's going to get a lot more value. So,
well, I think he's having trouble with his right leg as well. I think he's realised 1s and 2s are out. I'm going to go big. Just seems to be struggling with his right leg. Let's have a look. Well, good comeback. So it pays to be hurt.
Well, you got an excuse.
Gives you a license.
Yeah,
Totally. That one's straight and hard. Only the single.
Good fielder, Matty Wilkins. That's a pretty good set from a seamer's perspective. 12 off. That's definitely going to help push him in the right direction in regards to that run rate. They just need a few more of those at this stage. 7 to go.
Yeah, I don't know what they spoke about the previous over, but it seemed to work. Bowling change at the other end? No. And here I was thinking Hartley was the one who's going to go the long handle of O'Connor.
Can't whack him as he's demonstrating here today. He's going to need to keep doing that, I think. I can't afford, I don't think, now to pick a one end to target. I think with 7 left and the run rate over 10s.
Single, I see what Hartley does here. Do you need one to go hard and one to take their time, Clay, or do you need them both at this stage?
I think it
run every chance.
I think at this stage of the game, the intent from both needs to be there. As you've seen, it was there then, but yeah, look, I wouldn't be telling one bloke to sit at one end, and you'd probably, they're at a stage now where it's in the balance and they're behind the game now, so.
I think they're lucky in the sense as well. They got a lefty and a righty out there, so there's a short boundary for one of them on the leg side at either end. So I think they would have to come into their mid-wicket chats as well.
Hartley, that one hits him on the thigh for a single.
It's been a good start over from Edwards here. Is the ever reliable Brenton Edwards. He's always quite miserly with his middle over bowling, which Cairns are always the benefactors of. Bowled again.
It's a single. They think about 2.
Well fielded.
Well fielded there by Furman. The boys would be enjoying being able to attack the ball and not worry about eating it.
Yeah. Yes, you haven't got much excuse for running past one here, do you?
It's well bowled. See? It's wide outside. I'll start bowling to his field, obviously, with one sweeper.
Yeah, I think we have spoken before about it's hard to hit the ball here, but I think now's probably the time to as a batter, to set up a little bit differently and just try and throw the bowlers off, because as you can see, Edwards here is just operating, and when they're bowling still, it just gives him a nice, simple target to aim at, and he's doing a really good job of of bowling that, especially when you're chasing, 10 plus and over. You've got to find that boundary, so you've got to look at to different spaces and try and invent it or create a ball that goes there.
You've just got to put pressure back on the bowler somehow, and at the moment, CQ aren't asking any questions of the North bowlers, so the North bowlers have been able to just nestle in on a line and a length. And
my calculation is 74 off 36.
Yeah, look, this probably the over here that's, well, just about every over from here on is going to need to be a big over. So
McGinty, I think he bowled from the other end.
Did, yeah.
Yeah, and he did miss full a couple of times, so...
So McGinty wants his mid-wicket to go square, but he's not budging. So McGinty bolts the street end. 4 for 99, 4 for 100 is brought up.
Bit firmly to mid-off for one.
Brings Hartley on strike, so I think it's time for the big fella to clear that left leg and go big.
Yeah, I think he should be thinking side screen here.
Yeah. Anything big. That's shortest boundary is straight. That's where he tries to go, but banks it into his own left leg.
Well bowled from McGinty. I think he's adjusted from that first spell. He's bowled two. I mean, the first one wasn't, I suppose, a step hit, but it was a little bit further back in length, which made it difficult for O'Connor to hit it in the air. And that second delivery was bang on the money.
Goes to the ramp, doesn't come off wide.
Don't mind that intent though there from Hartley.
No, it's the right idea, isn't it?
And now that one's not any wider than the other one, but anyway, it's not.
Just that makes the bowler think that there could be something else coming now.
Yeah, I agree. There's good value for that shot if it comes off too. There's no one really, apart from 45 within QE, that leg side.
No run there. Just
well,
it's hard to see from this camera angle, but it doesn't look like Hartley's batting out of his crease or anything, and nobody seems to be walking or taking on the bowlers.
No, I think that's what Sammy sort of touched on a little bit before. The batsmen have been probably very stagnant.
Yeah.
They haven't asked any questions of the bowlers, and I mean, North have bowled well, but the batsmen haven't really counterpunched as such.
Well, Hartley's ran the first one hard, but only a dot. One, I mean. Yeah, just something. You're right, Clay. Just take it off there.
Yeah, just change their mindset and their focus to, be concerned that something else is going to happen and they can't just run in and bowl on a spot. Creates that bad ball that you can then put away.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, not fix it. If you're a bowler, right? That one's spotted. That's going into the deep. Should be cut down, and it has. I'll come back for two. Took an eternity to get there.
Right idea from O'Connor. Got nice and deep. Picked the gap. A little bit more, he would have got 4. I think that's just got to go, get deep and swing, because he has missed full, so like that.
It's well timed, that.
All that?
Could be.
Just one.
There's a field. I don't know, 2.
2, I beg your pardon.
Not a bad over from McGinty there.
All right, so we've got 5 overs to go. 67 to get.
Berryman coming back on to...
Tough ask now for CQ, I think.
Well, Roach has got 2 more as well.
He does, so... with...
So does King.
Yeah, who do you do? Yeah, exactly right, Clay.
King's going at 2s. He's going for 8. I don't know, what's he going for 4 off his 2, and it's going to be a tough ask here for CQ, but...
Yeah, one big over. We saw one big over there from the Fusion batters. I think they got a wicket on the last wicket, last ball of the over after they'd already taken probably 20 plus.
So you'd think
so
with
they could turn it.
This field setting, they got a forward square leg, mid on, mid off, third man and deep cover. Probably can't afford to be too straight here, Berryman.
Bowls him, goes for the ramp shot. Berryman gets the wicket. He's on his way as Hartley, and he's at the game. Into the tail, 6 for 106.
I think that
for
could
5,
be,
I should say.
Could be one of the nails in the coffin, I'd say. Again, don't mind the thought process from Hartley. I think looking at the field, I'm not sure if Berryman intended to bowl there until he moved. But obviously, tough shot to execute when you bat the nets for 15 minutes a week, the old ramp shot. So, but good thinking. But equally, if not better, bowling from Berryman as Liam Welsh comes to the crease.
He's quite capable though, isn't he, Sammy, with the stick?
He's very capable. I think another one of these blokes that can hit the ball into different areas. If there's someone that can ramp and
he's only a little fella.
Play all that stuff, yeah, he does hit the ball quite well for a little fella and can play those funky ramps and reverse ramps. So might provide the fusion bowls with a few more headaches here. But I feel as though the fusion just have to keep doing what they're doing and they're going to fall or get over the line here. So it's going to take something special from a Central Queensland batsman to get him across the line.
So the Welsh comes in for Hartley. Berryman bowls him, goes first ball, top of off. They ask for that when you're a bowler. He gets the breakthrough. They lose their 6th wicket and the score's still stuck on 106.
Yeah, he just looked a bit too quick for him there, Berryman.
Yeah, it was good hard length. It just straight through him, as Beamsy said. Looking at the replay, I think he was just a bit late. Tough time to come in for a young fellow who's still sort of finding his way at Opens NQ cricket, or Bulls Masters level, but
You're walking out to the Gabba.
yeah, it's a big ask,
isn't it?
Needing lots.
Yeah, needing lots.
So 2 lefties at the crease now. Looks like Stevie Rosa coming in. Had a big day in the field, the big fella. So Berryman on a hat-trick as well. Ever been a hat-trick at a Bulls Masters final, John?
No, I don't think it has.
Geez, you've got to give him a gripper, don't you, for the hat-trick?
Totally.
I'd probably have one, yeah.
I mean, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to get the total. I'll be bringing them right in.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to bang him over mid-off.
No. Give him something. What are you doing, Rach?
Caught behind Berryman.
Berryman around the wicket. Ooh, squeezes it out behind point.
It's actually well played then. He's made himself 2. Dug out a nice Yorker. Beat point.
Oh, you have 5 slips there. He's out. The hat-trick ball. So all to do here now for the Seamers. 6 for 108. Halfway through the 16th over. O'Connor's at the other end. 23 off 17. It's only the 2 boundaries. Same spot. That might
go for 4.
No, he's only pulled it. Come back for 2.
Hit that hard. I was looking through cover then. He's hit it behind point. Good wrists. I think I'd be telling Brenton at 3rd man just to sit on that fence there. I think he doesn't need to be 5-10 off the big man. It's not as quick as he used to be. Big Brenton. 4 off 2. They need a bit more of that.
I'd like to say it's somebody with a beer snake. Beer glass snake, but no, pulls out. Like I said, pretty good crowd, but a lot of them are actually inside the Cricketers Club. Watching this one. Swing and a miss. Berryman still has 1 ball to go, but I think it's probably been the match-winning over here from Berryman.
Yeah, he's bowled well today, I thought. Berryman, he's run in and banged that hard length. He's been the quickest on show today as well, so yeah, abstracting all that pace and bounce we hear about here at the Gabba. He's been bowled really well.
No ball. Well, Good one.
Just jinx him again.
Yep.
Should I keep my mouth shut? I reckon,
Come back for two. Nah.
Rest of the thing.
You've put the mocker on a few days, haven't you?
A lot of spot betting happening out there.
Oh,
Sam,
Jesus.
keep going.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you talk about Hartley and a bit of a chirp with these 2 wickets. You have to wonder about Jimmy Marby, unapproachable. Another title.
Yeah, there'll be a few Mars quite happy, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Ramming around the wicket. Swats that one to wide mid off. Coming back for 2.
Ooh, good dive.
Better throw, that's probably
Yeah.
out.
Totally. End of the over. End of the 16th.
Yeah, I think they wouldn't be too disappointed with that, though, the FNQ boys. I think at this stage of the game, they don't mind if it's 1 or 2. I think as long as they restrict those boundaries, I think they're pretty happy. So, as you see Jake Roach coming on from the other end. It's a pretty daunting sight as a lower order batter if you see Big Jake rolling in with quite a high run rate. He executes his Yorkers and his slower balls just as good as anyone. So, big task here for the seamers.
Stevie Rose's uncle, Cameron Moody. Wishing him all the best. Well,
Hope Roachie's got plenty of sunscreen on that dome today.
Actually, we might see that thing from space. Lord.
Oh, well played.
Jeez, how did he do that? I think Pam was trying to do that yesterday, and he's got 4 runs for it.
It's a good result. I think the bloke at 45 might have got the shock of his life
Yeah.
when the ball come to him. He wasn't expecting it. But, yeah, good thinking. I think it's good batting. He's put a bit of pressure on there. He knew Roach was going to be relatively full based on the field. And he's didn't try and overhit it, just beat the man at 45 and got 4.
Roach again from the Vulture Street end, swing and a miss. Well, they got to go for it, haven't they?
Yeah.
There's no next week.
I think he'd be looking at the field. I mean, give himself room to hit offside or even get back inside and hit leg side again. That was
Great catch. Great catch.
He took a screamer a few years ago, Roach, at mid-wicket. This time he takes it off his own bowling. An absolute screamer. Who cares about the sunscreen? Bang, right in the mitts.
He's, as I touched on earlier, Roach is a very, very athletic man for the size of him. He's well known up north for his used to run around in the ruck and basically play as an extra on bowler. So it's a fantastic catch there by Roachie.
He made it look very easy, didn't he? He got nailed back at him. It just turns around. He's already talking about the fields for the next delivery, the big fella. Nonchalant as you like.
He might be making a sneaky little case for the medal here, Roachie.
I don't think it's the first one he's won either, just quietly.
Nah, that wouldn't surprise me.
What do you get, 30 odd? How many wickets he's got?
2 for now.
2 for.
Not finished yet.
Yeah, I think there's only his third over, I think. Yeah, I'm happy to give it to him. No, great bit of work. Big buckets. You don't see him drop much, do you, while Roachie? You feel pretty safe when the ball goes to him.
Luke Johnson, is it?
Yeah, Lukey Johnson strolling to the crease. Big task ahead of him, holy. 119.
So do you try and bat out the overs and save some face, or do you...
No.
Better to die on your feet and live on your knees?
Yeah, absolutely.
Try and win it still, yeah. Ooh.
Whilst mathematically it's still possible, I think you still need to be trying to win the game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you don't get anything becoming second either,
That's
so
right.
you may as well.
Yeah.
Miracle, yeah. Try and pull off a miracle.
Roachie's just off for 2 steps now.
Yeah, I think they must be tight on over rate. Seen a few times the bowlers jogging back to their spots.
I don't think he's trying to get any shorter.
No.
The old indoor specialist.
There's no mark there whatsoever. He's just skipping in, hoping he doesn't bowl no ball.
His heart rate would be quite high at the moment, I think.
I've seen him do that shuffle at the Giddy go. At Gilligan's. Gilligan's up in Cairns too, the big fella. So he's.
So going in or coming out?
Well, I think he's both. I'd say a bit of both.
Keen to get in and Keen to get out.
Yeah, him and his good mate Justin Dixon run around up there after a Bulls Masters.
Dicko.
17 overs gone.
I love it.
3 more remaining. 7 for 121. 52 required of 18.
Yeah.
Not impossible, as we saw with Lloyd Pope the other night.
Oh yeah. I don't think this the Fusion will be bringing on
31.
Benny McCartney at this stage of the game. I don't think. I think leave it to the seam uppers who have done a really good job. I mean, both Berryman and Roach are very experienced, so they've got runs to play with, which they did when Berryman obviously took the ball for his second spell. It makes it very difficult, not impossible, but very, very difficult for the team chasing to try and get that 170.
2 for 22. He's had 3 overs, 18 deliveries. 10 of those were dots.
Yeah, he's been very impressive today.
Just drop one. Roach at cover, just drop one.
No, that was above ball, wasn't it?
No, let's say it's wrong.
Misfielded, let's say misfielded, yeah.
Let's say there's a blemish, big fella.
No, they've been very impressive today, Far North.
Yeah, they're very good in this format.
Squeeze that one too.
Over here.
It's just no. Might go for 4 overthrows, and it will.
That's all right.
Goes up a 5. How good.
There you go. Roach, he puts his hands to his head, can't believe it. Berryman's beyond. No, he's not. He just says it's all good.
Nah, I'm all
It's
for
worth
having a shot there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's missed by much, judging by the reaction.
Not really sure what the umpires.
I think that's probably more on fine leg not getting around to back that one up than anything.
Yeah, I think so.
So Berryman's changed it to go around the wicket now to left-hander. Johnson. Almost cuts the umpire in half, finds point, and a comeback for 2, and do it easy. What time are we supposed to finish? It's I'm pretty sure it's 3 o'clock, so they're pretty well and truly in front. Local time. No ball. Not for the first time. Got to bowl that one again. They got a free hit.
Been a few no's here today. Overstep from the mark.
But they've all been from that end, from memory. No idea.
Well bowled. Field set for that hard length, and he's delivered again.
Jeez, he's hit that all right.
That's he's lost it in the sun and nearly took the catch at the end.
That would have been a pretty good catch in the end after he
Very good catch.
did the Mike Hussey shuffle out there.
So it's meant to finish at 240, yeah.
Yeah.
Be very interesting to see what happens.
Are they going to penalise him?
Don't know.
What do they do on the Big Bash? They bring the field in, don't they? Have to bring a fielder in for the last over. All the overs there over time.
Just look at the grounds, won't be happy. Berryman around the wicket. That'll be a single.
Be very
They're going to push
interesting
for
see
2,
what
but
happens
no chance. So 2 overs to go. And they've got a minute to bowl them.
Surprising they haven't gone back to Edwards with the over rate short run up.
Even King would find himself very stiff.
Yeah.
Only finished with 2 overs for the day.
Yeah.
I guess it just shows the quality of depth in this side, the Fusion side. That what have they used? 6 bowlers, 7 bowlers.
Yeah, and there's still I mean, apart from Berryman, no one's, bowled their full quota yet, so...
And none of them have been part-timers, really.
No.
So
No, they've all been out-and-out options, so... Good team, Far North, good bowling unit.
Full toss.
Good fielding. Hard to take two the short end.
Shallow's just starting to come across onto the grass on the western side. I don't think Johnson was ready, but he's going to come in and bowl anyway. That's gone big towards those shallows just talking about. There's a man in the deep, takes the catch.
Good catch.
And they lose their 8th wicket on 133.
Yeah, made good connection there, Lukey Johnson. It's just a long way out there.
Yeah,
it's
the longest boundary.
Yeah, it's got quite a while to travel, that ball, and a good catch from Furman, who they're never easy high balls, especially when you're at a place like this and you haven't necessarily fielded in front of all these empty seats. Can be hard to pick up.
Well, even if they're full of people, it's hard.
Yeah, so did a good job. Made it look pretty easy in the end, but Johnson did the right thing. Just unlucky. I think if he's hitting all the other end, he's got 6 there.
So still another over and a half to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the last couple.
Is it 5 runs?
Yeah, I'm not entirely. I know we got penalised. I think it's they put 5 on in the innings break, so I think there's some sort of calculation involved in regards to how much.
Oh, is that why we had 172? Because I think they were behind the over rate there, and that's why the scoreboard wasn't what we thought it was.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen.
McGinty. Check with the scores on that, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to push him up near 160 for the last over.
No,
but
they can take 30 off them, they're still safe.
Yeah, it will be very interesting.
Runs back. McGinty running faster back than he's to bowl in. It's down the leg side. The umpire says not going to call a wide.
That must have hit his pad because that's a wide, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he didn't seem too happy, so I'm assuming it is.
And unfortunately, just starting to lose a bit of punch here now, the contest. Hold it was a call, and it still throws it. Last ball of the 19th over.
It's going to be a tough one to pick the man of the match today.
That one's down the throat. That will be a wicket. Caught.
He likes it too. One wicket to get. Caught it long off. Yeah, the man of the match will be a tough one. I think...
yeah, look, I'm probably going Roachy.
Yeah, I think so. I think wickets and runs.
Furman was very good at the top.
Yeah, Furman was good. And then from I suppose a Central Queensland perspective, McGahn got some runs and a couple of wickets.
Yeah, Joey could. Losing side, though, is always tough.
Yeah, I don't think you can give it to anyone from CQ, unfortunately, for them. As we see Logan Whitfield walk to the crease. Beams, you ever see Logan in pads?
I've never seen Whitty bat, ever. Does he?
No.
What gear is he using? Is it his own?
Yeah, I think he's got his own gear. We hang a bit of rubbish on him up here, but he's actually a lot better than we let on. Yeah, he's a lot better than what we give him credit for. But I don't think I've ever seen him bat in a rep game.
No.
So he could come out there and just bash 30 off the over, and I suppose he can't get 30 off the over now, can he?
King runs in.
Ooh.
I mean, King probably started the strangle for North Queensland through that sort of back end of the power play into the middle overs.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's been a bit stiff. This is only his third over. I think as it's turned out, he didn't need to bowl his full quota, but
bit of thunder around, eh?
Might be just the old wind. It's going to hit the pad. I did look at the radar before.
Nothing on it?
Nah. Well, not for this game. The one that matters.
Yes, the main game. Right, Logie Whitfield.
There's some storms out towards Crow's Nest and Boona, but it won't affect this game, as I said. So I can guarantee you, as soon as this game's over, watch the carts come screaming out from the groundsman.
Yeah, they never. We used to deal with that playing footy. The cricketers, they hated us footballers. So I remember every year by about round 21, 22, our last home game of the year, the ground would be looking fantastic. And
Bowls in, knocks the stump out of the ground, throws his hand in the air, King Andy Bickle style. And that's the end of the match. They've got their 10th wicket. All out for 135. And well done to the Fusion. We'll get a quick wrap up here from Clay Beans and Sam Larry. Sam, we didn't, 150 we thought anything over would be enough, and it has been.
Yeah, I think the Fusion obviously well and truly deserved winners today. I think whilst they left a bit out there with the bat, I think they bowled and fielded exceptionally well. I think you put down to so many seasoned campaigners in their lineup. With the ball, it was always going to be difficult for CQ when they didn't get off to the roll, in that first 6 overs.
Clay Beams, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, look, I think we touched on at the start of the call, whether you'd win the toss, bat or bowl. I think NQ, Far North Queensland had the better of the conditions in terms of they were able to see what worked and what didn't work in their batting innings, and they executed quite well with the ball. That was a very clinical display of cricket from Far North Queensland. They're deserved winners. Well
done to the Bulls Masters. Another wonderful country challenge. It all started in Cairns. We came to the final here today between the Fusion and the Seamers. The Fusions take the title. Sam Lowry, Clay Beams, thanks for your time, gentlemen. Myself, John Devine, thank you so much. Enjoy the Big Bash if you're still here, and we'll see you in Cairns next year for another edition of the Bulls Masters Country Challenge. Bye for now.
Support can come in all kinds of forms. It's like knowing your mates better than they know themselves.
Looking for this?
Oh, thanks. Lifesaver.
Being there at the right moment.
And helping out the community. Whoever you are.
It's all good, it's all good. Even through the highs and the lows, yeah, you know it's all good, it's all good.
Or just going above and beyond. In partnership with Clipsal, we are giving you the choice to decide who our local branches will be supporting. Start earning nominations today and join us to make a difference.
Isn't that too much support?
Never too much.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new click and collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and collect. Try it today.
In a world of endless possibilities, where opportunities await at every turn, one company stands tall. Shaw and Partners, a leading national investment advice and wealth management firm managing over $30 billion of assets under advice. Shaw and Partners is at the forefront of the financial industry. We act for and on behalf of individuals, institutions, corporates, charities, and family offices. With a rich 35-year history and a network of 8 offices strategically positioned across Australia, we ensure that our expert financial advisors are within reach, ready to provide tailored solutions and advice. Our expansive national presence reflects our dedication to delivering unparalleled service and expertise wherever our clients may be. But at Shaw and Partners, our success reaches beyond numbers and figures. It's about our people. At Shaw and Partners, we foster a culture of inclusivity, collaboration, and growth. We believe that our success is rooted in the talents and dedication of our team and the need to develop and invest in our people for the future. Beyond our professional achievements, we are driven by a deeper purpose. Through our Shaw and Partners Foundation, which seeks to strengthen communities through financial support, volunteering, and skill sharing, we have donated over $12 million to over 200 charities since 2015. Our commitment to giving back extends to community-based initiatives and partnerships, and we are proud to support iconic Australian organisations and communities, such as Australian Surf Life Saving and Nippers, 18-foot skiff sailing, women's basketball, and National Rugby League, to name a few. Our presence in the community through philanthropic endeavours and participation in sports solidifies our commitment to making a positive impact in the communities we live and operate in. We welcome you to Shaw and Partners, your partners in building and preserving wealth.